Good evening, everyone. I'd like to call this meeting to order at 6:35. Everyone would please stand for the pledge. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Madam Chair, before we move on, I just wanted to make a comment. Michelle Gurley is on an excused absence. She had funeral for her father.
Yes. Thank you. Okay, moving on, I'm looking for a motion to approve the agenda as written.
I was questioning, do we want to do election of officers tonight, or do we wait till we have the full board? But then I heard we're not going to have.
I will be
next month.
I am scheduled for a complete knee replacement on
Yes,
the
you're gonna be
24th, so I will be out.
Okay, we can just leave it then. Okay, thank you. I'll make a motion to approve the agenda as printed.
Second. So, motion by Commissioner Churchy and a second by Commissioner Rodzik. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion's passed.
Can we make a request that we please make sure we use our microphones tonight?
I'm sorry, what?
That we make sure we're using our microphones.
Oh, yeah. Thank you.
Okay, so moving on to approval of minutes for the June 2nd meeting.
I have some additions to add to those minutes. I did speak to Diane prior to the meeting. They're brief. I have the times and a general statement, but she's going to have to go back to confirm. So if you'd like me to read them, I can, or if not, I can make a motion to table until I have an opportunity to send these to Diane.
Okay.
So why don't we table the June 2nd and approve the June 22nd?
I would agree.
It's fine. It's too hard to do it up here back and forth.
Right.
I'll make a motion to table June 2nd, 2026 minutes, but approve June 22nd, 2026 minutes.
If there's no changes to the June 22nd. Are there any changes to the June 22nd meeting?
I don't have any.
Minutes?
Can we separate the motions? Just
Sure.
do
Two different
one and
motions.
the other? Yeah.
Let's separate them.
Okay, I'll rescind that motion, and I'll make a motion to table the Special Planning Commission meeting minutes of June 2nd.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Churchy, second by Commissioner Rodzik. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Commissioner Pennell opposed. Moving on to the June 22nd.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes of June 22nd, 2026.
Were there any changes in that?
I have nothing.
Support.
Motion by Commissioner Churchy, supported by Commissioner Jabari. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion
Opposed?
passed. Opposed by Commissioner Pennell. Motion passed. Okay, moving on to public comment on agenda items. Again, it's a 3-minute time limit. We are going to ask that we remain respectful, and if somebody's already stated your point, please refrain from coming and reiterating it. We understand, we hear you guys. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Eric.
Oh, your mic's on.
Push the buttons.
There you go.
Can you hear me now?
Yes. Thank you.
My name is Eric. I'm a resident here, and I understand that the topic of discussion here is rezoning for economic development and growth for Lenox Township. is so adamant about one tiny aspect of that development, which could be a data center moving in here. It could be. And the economic growth is what we're actually here for. I just don't understand what the animosity is for that. I mean, the governor herself wants data centers. She's explicitly said that several times. She does. I'm speaking here, ma'am. And I remember probably 20 years ago, John Gardner, the supervisor here in Lenox Township, Cabela's wanted to move in here, and nobody knew what a Cabela's was. It was just total ignorance, and they turned it down. And look where they went. They went to Chesterfield. You lost a Cabela's. I mean, the economic development is nothing but progress. You can't stop progress. I mean, the threats from people are not going to stop progress. The whole thing's crazy. I mean, the development could go to a community right next to you. And I recall in the 60s, Fraser annexed Erin Township, took them over. Now there is no Erin Township for economic growth and development. I mean, there's a bar on the corner of 14 and Grossbeck called Erin Bar. It was the Erin Bar. Everybody thought it was an Irish pub. No, a Polish guy named Walter owned it. It was Erin Township, but nobody knew that because it was. If this gets turned down, there possibly could be no Lenox Township. Wow. It's very, very possible.
Yeah, I want to remind everybody that he has his right to speak, just like everybody else does. Thank you.
Then what's his address?
What's right is right. The future is what everyone should be thinking about here. It's economic growth. It's not a data center. It's economic growth for Lenox Township. It could be all types of aerospace, aeronautical ventures brought here, the golden egg has landed on your lap. Don't throw it away. Don't look a gift horse in the mouth.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you for your time.
Sir, I didn't hear your name and your address.
My name is Eric, and I will personally give you my address, but I'm not going to explain it out in this. Would you like to see my address?
Come right in there.
Mr. Grabau, who keeps track of the time limit? Is that my responsibility?
Typically you do, but I've run the timer for you.
Okay. Thank you, I appreciate that.
Good evening, my name is Eric. I am also a resident of Lenox Township. I support bringing the Lenox data center to our community because I believe it represents an investment in our future. It has the potential to create construction jobs, permanent technical and maintenance positions, and increase the local tax base without placing significant demands on schools or many other public services. Those additional tax revenues can help fund roads, emergency services, and other community improvements. While it's important that the project meets environmental and infrastructure standards, I believe a well-planned data center can strengthen our local economy and provide long-term benefits for Lenox Township. Also, every single thing that people do on their phones is backed by a data center. Buying things online, going on social media, using the internet at all requires a data center. If data centers disappeared today, at least every single person in here tomorrow would be begging to have them back.
No, I wasn't.
Thank you.
Thank you.
My name is Missy Chabot. I am a resident of Lenox. The first thing I do want to say is these last two people that talked were part of the unions that came to the board meeting last time. I don't know if you remember or not. Yep. The first one actually said he didn't live in Lenox. Then he gives an address that I heard was a blank piece of land. So I don't know. Bottom line is what they don't understand is the work that they're looking for is maybe 1 or 2 years, maybe 3. Yep. But that's it. Then they aren't getting hired. Yes, if the data center were to not bring in people, which they normally do. Plus that, on his way out, he just called somebody in here a tool, which is pretty much what his attitude has been the last time he was here. All I'm here to ask is, do not, if possible, please do not put in any ordinance motions for ordinances or anything today until you can get, and that board gives you the experts you need to make sure those ordinances are properly put together. And I understand your hands are so tied, the board denies everything you ask for when it comes to something like this. But if you don't put in a motion for it, table things, do whatever you have to do, just to make sure that we don't have an ordinance that is going to destroy all of us. And these first two that spoke have apparently have no clue what a hyperscale data center would do to something like us. And yes, there are other places they could go. They don't have to go into a tiny little agricultural community. That's really all I wanted to say. Thank you.
Michelle Brzezicki, Lenox Township. You've got my address, I'm not going to give it to you again. I'd like to make a note that the two gentlemen that were here have already left. They fulfilled their union duties and are getting paid their $125 or whatever it is, and they're out the door. Whatever, okay. So I've got multiple, first off on the high density development center or data center, you need to work on, if they don't follow the rules, they need penalties. You need to have it broken down. You need to beat them up. These companies are billionaire companies with a B. They can afford to pay some hellacious fines. Seriously, it needs to be documented. Everything else personally looks good, but those fines need to be broken out. You need to tell them, hey, if you don't do this, you're going to get that, period. Not have the standard fines like a regular resident would have. I'm not a fan of having a data center at all. But I do think that we need to protect ourselves also. If that means putting through an ordinance and going back and revisiting it and tweaking it some, I would say fine. Because right now, they can go pretty much wherever they want and do whatever they want with our property. And they can royally screw us all over. Thank you.
Thank you. Ms. Peppersky, can we let this gentleman speak here? Yes, please. Please, sir.
I have two questions. How come there's not a big map showing where exactly these places are going to be? I know we're going to come around crashing. I don't know how close my house are coming.
I can get one of those too.
A big map, not one on the phone?
No, I mean a big one.
Oh, okay, thank you. And my second question, how many people
Okay, gotcha.
live in the township?
Pardon me?
No, on the board. How many of you people live in the township where it's going to affect?
We all live in the town. Yeah, they all
We all live, we have to.
Okay. Thank you, you answered my question.
You're welcome. Thank you for waiting.
Oh, no problem at all. I did give all of you a packet. I actually have a procedural request tonight. This is not a public comment.
Name, please.
I'm sorry, my apologies. Tanya Such, Jennifer Pogorski. I reside in Quail Run. What I'm saying this evening needs to be read into the meeting minutes. Point of clarification before you start my time allotted to speak. My name is Jennifer Pogorski and I reside in the Quail Run manufactured home community. I have a quick procedural request. The matter I am addressing tonight involves complex information and data that cannot be fully covered within the standard 3-minute time frame. Out of respect for the board's time and the importance of this issue, I respectfully ask that the board to suspend the rules tonight and grant me an additional 6 minutes to complete my statement. I do have a motion if any of you would like to honor me my 6 minutes.
I don't have an objection. This is very, very interesting.
I'll make a motion to grant, sorry. I'll make a motion to grant the 6-minute request.
Second?
Motion by Commissioner Radzik, seconded by Commissioner Pennell. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. You may proceed.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate that.
Before you proceed, do you use that time limit, 6 minutes?
6 minutes?
Yes, please.
Yes.
It probably won't take that whole time, but unless you guys have questions, which I'm willing to try and answer. Okay.
So I'm going to start the time over because I had started when you spoke, okay?
No problem.
So if it goes off, ignore it, now we start another 3 minutes.
Okay. All right. I gotcha. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it.
Okay, I got it.
All right. So in section 1, if you all take a look at it, that gives you the map from Macomb County for that area of the natural drains, creeks, and rivers in the proposed I-94 district. And if you flip to page 2 in section 1, that is actually the proposed I-94 development where they would want to put the data center. Now, in that area is also, right on that map, is the Kirkham drain. I've been trying to get and locate another map that actually expands it because I need 50 times magnifying glass to see all those little drains. But if you actually look at the little divoted lines, that tells you where there's natural drains at, all over that whole property. All the natural drains, creeks, and river affect not just this proposed area, but, and not limited to, several counties and cities. Please see section 3. They're all numbered for you. Yes. These drains all run into the Salt River and then into Lake St. Clair, overseen by the Macomb County Public Works Commission, the St. Clair Drain Commission, the Drainage District, the Macomb Interceptor Drainage District. Lenox Township is a participating member of this regional water, waste, and storm water system. The interceptor connects 14 communities and ultimately delivers flow to the Great Lakes Water Authority treatment plant. There's 14 cities. If you see on the left of that paper in black, I've listed all the cities there for you. Now, if you go to section 2, 8, and 9, these drains, creeks, and the river cannot just be bulldozed over. There are environmental restrictions that are in place both locally and federally. Many companies and governmental agencies, such as the Clean Water Act, the Great Lakes Water Authority, Macomb Public Works Commission, St. Clair Drain Commission, Macomb County Interceptor Drainage District, and Eagle, all need to be brought in before the proposed area can be changed from agricultural. Sections 1, 2, and 3. Lenox Township is a participating member of all these organizations. There are setback requirements, 50 to 100 feet, and sometimes depending on if any of these drains, creeks, or river fall under federal jurisdiction, there's a 500-foot setback required. Now we're on to dumping chemicals. I'm trying to abbreviate all this so you guys can... Dumping chemicals into these natural drains, creeks, and rivers is illegal. Section 6. When the lines are bled from a closed-loop water system, those chemicals are considered hazardous waste. That's under Section 7. So the bottom line is natural drains, creeks, and rivers in Lenox Township are a part of protected watershed system. You cannot simply build over them or dump chemicals into them. And just to further this documentation, there's already a settled federal lawsuit regarding Amazon and data center cooling processes into the wastewater and local wells causing major health issues. I do have a motion for all of you, if any of you would be interested to take a look at it
What page is that?
in my hand.
Read it. It's in your 6 minute time frame.
Okay. Motion being, based on the information presented this evening, a 12-month moratorium on the proposed I-94 district be put into place due to the multiple cities, counties, and water development organizations that need to be involved for further local, county, and possible federal guidelines that need to be considered for this area. Do any of you have any questions for me that I can try and answer?
Did you take, I didn't go to the last Board of Trustees meeting. Did you take this to their attention?
Yes, I did. They each got the same packet you all have, and they would not allow me to finish presenting. And I did ask that my whole speech be written in the meeting minutes, which I have not gotten a draft yet of the meeting minutes, so I don't even know if that's in there yet. But then someone else stepped up and finished my speech for me because I was not allowed to continue talking.
Was there any response as far
None.
as any of it?
None.
This is very compelling information. Have we looked at this, Mr. Planner?
Obviously not.
Have we looked at any of these? Did you give him a copy of the packet?
You're not even going to look at it now? We pay you for this time.
Jennifer, I really appreciate what you put together.
Yes,
It does make sense. And
Go ahead.
being that there's all the different watersheds there may help us restrict if one can go there. So it's something that would be addressed if they brought a plan and said, oh, no, we're going to close this track. No, you're not. So it's a fighting point, if you want to say.
Correct.
For if we do get a proposal.
Correct.
So
I also want to let you know, I didn't mean to cut you off. I'm so sorry.
No, like I said, I appreciate what you've done, but we do have, like, the environment's looked at, we do have regulations as far as how close you can go to a watershed and stuff like that. So being that there are so many little tributaries in that area,
Yes.
it may restrict
What can go there?
what can go there without us having to.
Correct. And
So,
I actually
yeah.
have tried to reach out to Candace Miller's office, not once, not twice,
Yeah,
but 3
look
times.
at that, yeah.
And I still have yet to get a phone call back. So I'm just letting you also know that.
Registered letters.
Well, I shouldn't have to do a registered letter when I explicitly gave her documentation. So, and that is her job, to protect that area also. So, does anybody else have any questions or comments for me?
No, we just really appreciate all of the work that you've done for us.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Can I answer this question? Quickly?
How long did it take you to get all of this data?
I can't hear you.
How long did it take you to get all of this data?
He asked how long did it take you to get all of this data together?
I thought
3 months.
Thank you.
Chair, just a minute. Could I request, I could do it by motion or just as a request, that the packet be added to our official minutes for documentation?
Thank you, Chair.
Do you want a motion for it, or do you want it to?
Do we need a motion? Do we need a motion to have her packet included in our minutes?
CYA.
Let's do it anyway.
Yeah, okay, we'll just do
I'll
it.
make a motion to attach the presented packet by Ms. Pogorski to the minutes from this evening's meeting.
Support the motion.
Motion by Commissioner Radzik, supported by Commissioner Jabari. All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Motion passed. Ms. Broll, let me know if I'm going too fast.
I'll just watch the recording about 9 times.
I really enjoy it.
I'm sorry. Please.
Tara Sander, 59111 Frost Road. Okay, so a few months ago, I put some solutions on Facebook. One of those is called LabCorp. LabCorp is a company that tests lab tests and creates tests to send out to the world. Because of COVID and everything that happened, we no longer send our tests to Canada, China, or India, anywhere. We do them here. They offered money to Roseal. They offered money to me. They offered money to Marino. Everybody that got the offer got the same offer. Those guys turned down something that would be good for us. So I'm all about solutions. Has anybody approached you guys? We asked the other people to have a conversation with us, to sit down and talk to us. I'm willing to put you in touch with the people who stopped the data centers in Washington Township. The lawyer who stopped it. Well, they're much better than we're doing. We need you guys. The last board won't even talk to us. They won't sit down. The last time I checked, everybody in this room works for us. We don't work for you. So why won't anybody, our planner, our assistant supervisor, nobody will meet with us? So if I have to force meetings, I will. I will send subpoenas for meetings to see what people have done for work, including time cards. Okay? I'm not mad at you guys. I think you're doing the best you can. Please take me up on my offer. I cannot understand. Every time I ask anybody, they tell me confidentiality, I'm not allowed to talk to anybody, blah, blah, blah. Well, this girl has lived in several states and has a dad who's a brigadier general. That's all BS. You work for us. When Kwame Kilpatrick was stealing from us, we still walked into his office and argued with him. So I don't understand how these people think we won't show up at their offices and argue with them. Because you work for us. If you don't want to be argued with, quit.
Can you provide a list of who you requested and who hasn't answered you? Can you provide that list?
Sure.
Thank
Yep,
you.
absolutely.
Tara, I appreciate all your help and your comments, but I think what we would do is if we get a proposal for a data center and it becomes to the planning commission, that's when we have to incorporate like the special lawyers, the special advisors to fight it.
Right now, you need
We don't have anything.
You need a civil engineer, not this guy. You need somebody who gives you guys, we had planners before. We had a planner when we got the dump. We had a planner when we got the prison. Not this guy. We got answers. Is anybody in this meeting feeling like this meeting is running like a meeting is supposed to run? Yeah. So how come, well, I mean, it's better than the last few meetings. So how come, look, they don't even look at us. Where's the board? They made all these decisions. Look at who's in this room.
Okay, we gotta
Nobody
make
takes you guys
Yes,
seriously either.
we have to continue.
I would like to make a comment on that, though. I think it's basically, I don't have another word for it, crap. That we're like, oh, we don't know if somebody's coming, we haven't got the proposal. The administration has been in talks with them. They know that they bought property here. Why isn't that all being disclosed to us as far as everything that's actually known? I mean, we just got a message that they saw the ordinance and their client is not going to be able to build or this or that, exclusionary, da 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 da. And so these things are meeting with the administration. Why can't we just get, where is this thing going? What is it? You got to be in some kind of preliminary talks with them and let people understand what's happening. I would really appreciate that. That's what I got.
Yep. Hi, my name is Christy, and I live in Lenox Township off of Custer Road. I just was trying to find things that hasn't really been talked about, but so anyway, I'm not for a data center either. We are already a surveillance state. The erosion of personal privacy, physical locations, where the vast archives of personal data, communication, and browsing habits are stored, making them prime targets for government overreach and corporate exploitation. Pushing for digital banking currencies, ID systems will be, or is, or will be used for totalitarian, I'm not saying that right, control, including flock cameras and cars. Thank you. For people here that may not be aware, go to any shopping website and read the privacy policy. Read how they already know everything about you. And it's more than you think, like Kroger's, Walmart, just go to the privacy policy thing. And I mean, they know your income, they know everything about you. I was really surprised when you start reading into that. My point is we already have most of this up and running. Tell me again why we need mega data centers or any data centers. So that's all I got.
Thank you.
Evening, Jay Hampton, Lenox Township. I had sent to the Board of Trustees a 8-letter packet, and I just took a quick look at the ordinance and just started poking holes in it. So when you look at this ordinance as it stands, there is no protection under it. It's so poorly written, it gave me a headache trying to read it. So that's 8 pages. I just shot holes in it everywhere. It offers zero protection, zero guidance. One of the things I wrote was in my cover letter, I said ordinance should be viewed with specifications, and when viewed by professionals, it should have clear defined objectives and not open to multiple interpretations that be so subjective as to render it useless. This document is just that, it's vague and ambiguous. The other thing is standard specifications need to show measurable objectives and cannot use terms like good faith, practical, reasonable attributed to, or reasonable foreseeable. These terms are so subjective as to be unenforceable. There needs to be a clear enforcement and reporting mechanism. And that's what this document lacks. It's no clarity. From an engineering standpoint, that's what the ordinance should be viewed as. It's giving you guidance and direction. And it should be specific, not good faith, not if you anticipate it. As that ordinance stands, it's so poorly written, I've never seen anything like that. So I sent that all to the Board of Trustees, and supposedly it was forwarded on to you guys. But one of the things when you look at this is I don't think people also, I mean, if this is going to come, or it's foreseeable, the ordinance should be hard, and there's other ordinances. And one of the funniest things I saw last night, or the other night, was a company that makes LED lights for commercial applications. And they had guidelines for data centers. And that was more restrictive and more clear and more precise than just about anything I sent. Why it was on their website, I don't know. But I've reviewed stuff around the country, and it's nowhere close. Cities, townships that are serious would sit down and make this really tight. And one of the things that was alluded to earlier about a supposed lawsuit on behalf of one of the developers, that particular developer works out of a condominium and has 4 different businesses registered out of it. So I'm not sure how this township is fearing somebody when you start trying to operate 4 businesses out of a basically empty condo with no sign on the front of the building. I told me there's shenanigans going on. And I would say bring on the lawsuit. Because I don't know that he's the big bad player he's playing out. Yet this township, the Board of Trustees, during that one email that I read, was hilarious. That he's going to have a lawyer because this ordinance is too restrictive and it would make them unable to build anything there. Hell, I would love to have an ordinance like this.
As you alluded to a couple meetings ago, you don't want an ordinance that someone can drive a truck through. You want an aircraft carrier through this.
Thank you.
Daniel Manning, Virgo, New Haven. First of all, I want to say I second everything that man just said. He hit a lot of nails on the head right there, and I'm kind of going to reiterate a couple of that. To the commission here, I know you guys are between a rock and a hard place, largely because probably the chronological order that you guys addressed the ordinances at your last meeting guys passed the ordinance to rezone the land, and then you guys stalled and did not pass the recommendation for the ordinance that you're now considering today. So now what we have is the cart before the horse. We have the ordinance to rezone the property already in the hands of the Board of Trustees. They've already done first reading of it, and now you guys are in a position where it could possibly get rezoned with nothing to regulate these data centers, high resource demand facilities. So I get that. I'm not going to make judgment right now as to what your decision is going to be on the agenda item coming up. But I will just say this. I'm going to take a different approach. I've said this before in prior meetings. I'm going to say it again. You guys as the Planning Commission, I really strongly urge you guys to reopen the master plan. You guys have received hundreds of resident petitions, hundreds of them, multiple times. Between you guys and the Board of Trustees, hundreds of resident petitions signed and everything electronically, so printed out and everything for you to review, saying we don't want this. We don't want this zoning. So why are you doing it? And at such a large scale. If you're going to wedge something in there and kind of make it small, see how it goes, maybe expand in the future, that's one thing. But why? Why? This is gigantic, enormous, and you've received hundreds of comments from residents saying don't do it. We've packed this hall numerous times for months now. And you guys are just waltzing ahead. Reopen the master plan. We have numerous meeting minutes packed with dozens and dozens of people getting up to the podium like I am now saying, we don't want this, please stop doing this. You guys had 4 resident feedbacks during the course of the master plan. 4. You have hundreds of petitions saying, we don't want this, please stop. And you guys are trucking along. Please stop. Get that I-94 Development District out. Otherwise, the ordinance in front of you today, the one that was crafted on April 23rd, then you got revisions on May 17th, May 19th, and May 21st, and hasn't been revised since. Come on, guys, you guys, like the prior gentleman said, you guys have it's a nice try. I'm not going to say it's garbage, but it's a nice try. There's so much room for improvement. I suggested 4.5 pages, somebody else 7, somebody else 12. I haven't seen their revision suggestions, but I had 4.5 pages of my own. I stand by them. I mean, you got stuff, you don't have a schedule of fines, you don't have anything for compliance and enforcement, severability clause, dynamic circumstances question. Hell, the end of your draft ordinance right now, as in front of you, that you're being asked to consider, ends with legal questions for Planning Commission. Is a severability section needed? Does a section of fine? Come on, what kind of unprofessional stuff is this? This thing hasn't been touched in a couple months.
Thank you.
Good evening, members of the Planning Commission. My name is Andrew McGilvery, and I'm a resident of Lenox Township. First, thank you for your time. I want to start tonight by simply thanking each of you for your service to our community. Over the past few months, as we have wrestled with the question of data centers, it has become abundantly clear that this Planning Commission is the only board truly listening to the residents. You've taken our concerns seriously. And it is very clear you are working hard to draft an ordinance that is thorough and complete and protective of our quality of life. For that listening ear and diligent effort, we are truly grateful. Because you care about getting this right, I am here tonight to strongly encourage you to table this data center ordinance. The decision made on this issue will carry immense weight. Allowing data centers here will fundamentally change the whole feel of this township and shape the history from now on. A decision of that magnitude cannot be rushed. Crafting a comprehensive ordinance that safeguards our township's character, resources, and peace of mind requires deep research, expert input, and meticulous drafting. Right now, you're being asked to deliver a massive, complex piece of policy without being given the full support you deserve. Don't let the Board of Trustees bully you into not doing it right or make you the fall guy for their greed by pushing this onto your shoulders without the tools to handle it. I urge this board to pause and hold off on the ordinance until the Board of Trustees provides you with the proper resources, the funding, expert consultations, and technical support necessary to do the job they ask you to do. You shouldn't be forced to compromise on the future of our community to artificial deadlines and lack of support. Please take the time you need to do this completely. Table the ordinance until you have the full backing and resources required to protect Lenox Township for the long haul. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good afternoon, Lauren Harden, I live in New Haven. Just out of respect for the agenda, this is related to high resource demand facilities, but is a separate ordinance that I'd like to request. I can hold this for the public comment that's not related unless it's okay with you guys.
Well, if it pertains to the data center, then that would be fine.
I gave this speech prior to the Board of Trustees and requested that an ordinance for a battery energy storage system, so BESS, be formed. Did you receive that information from the Board of Trustees? Otherwise, I can. Okay, you did.
Yes.
Awesome. Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
I'm Kelly Reamer, resident of New Haven. No long speech for me tonight. I'm just asking you to reopen that master plan. We have the time. At the board meeting, they tabled your request for the experts that you all need to make a good ordinance. So please table the ordinance tonight, open the master plan, and let's do things right. Thank you.
They tabled the request, they didn't deny it?
They tabled it.
I didn't go to the meeting and I haven't
No,
seen any kind of...
just kick the can down the road.
So they're considering it?
Not really, no. Actually, two people voted no the first time. Everybody else voted yes. And then when
Anthony
they
Reader and Michelle Gurley both voted no to table it.
Okay.
Thank you.
My name is Denise Merrifield from Lenox Township. I just want to know, I've been coming to this meeting, to all the planning, and to the Board of Trustees. I would like to know, is it the policy that whenever somebody comes up here to speak that they need to give their name and where they are from? Is it mandatory or not? Because at the last meeting, when they had all the data, people coming up here, they would not say their name or where they were from. And I think if you're not living in this community, you shouldn't be telling us what to have unless it's something that you're willing to let us know. I'm from this area, I'm from the electrician company, and this is why I think it would be good for your township. But when they don't give it, and when I brought it up, Reader told me, well, I talked to my lawyer, we don't have to do it. That's all I'd like to let you guys know that. But I appreciate that you guys make the comment that we have to give our name and where we're from. That's all. Thanks, I would like to know that.
Hi, my name is Jennifer Slocum. We're building a house at 28 Bates. The only comment I have is that Washington Township has a moratorium right now, and that is because they were approved to get experts to come in. So the moratorium is until 6 months or until the ordinance is written using the experts, noise experts, environmental experts. So when the board here tables the request for you guys to get it, it doesn't make sense to me that Washington Township is being proactive to making their ordinance tight before they get the offer again. That's it.
Thank you. Ariana Welsh, 11299 37 Mile, Bruce Township. To not duplicate everything, of course, but I urge your commission to request to reopen the master plan. They're probably not going to listen to you. They don't like to listen to any of us. But the amount of people that are asking and pleading with this community leadership should speak for itself. Obviously, there was not a lot of communication during the public comment time, during the public hearing. Everybody dropped the ball, period. However, those voices are here and they're begging to be heard. We've brought, like Dan said, hundreds of requests to be heard. If it's still fitting, then maybe it stays. You never know. But the whole point is you have residents that want to be heard and are begging to be heard. Secondly, please do not put through and recommend to the Board of Trustees an ordinance that does not have your questions answered. I watched 2 minutes and 3 seconds of absolute pin-dropping silence while they considered the motion, or when they considered your request rather, at the last board meeting for experts to be hired. 2 minutes and 3 seconds that you could hear a pin drop, and Lord knows you couldn't hear a pin drop any other time in this meeting room that last meeting. You're doing it, you're requesting it, you're doing all of this to help and protect the community. Please do not recommend something that is not conducive. Medium, large scale, hyperscale facilities without the proper experts to be able to answer your questions is poor management. You do not have the expertise without that help being brought in. You're requesting it, and I appreciate that, but it's not right. And a bad ordinance is worse than no ordinance. So let's not have the taxpayers have to pay all the legal fees that come from a bad ordinance on top of it. Thank you.
Sierra from Lenox. To answer the one question, last time I looked into it, it said that we don't, like state law, we do not have to state our name and address. The body or the government may, whatever the policy is here, may just ask for names for clarification, just to share that. I'm going to jump to reiterate about the master plan. The survey in the master plan, I think it's page 4, it shows 108 responses. There are 12,867 total residents in Lenox and New Haven combined. That's 0.84% of responses with the population size. Also, in the 2016 master plan draft, that shows only about 100 responses in it. It's extremely odd that there was 100 responses in 2016 and we have 108 in the newly adopted master plan. Let's see. Really just that right there is, I don't understand how that's sufficient data and feedback for a master plan. And I think we need to ask Steve Casson about that, since he's a master planner. And I'm gonna go back now, let me see. Someone watching live was wondering, Tanya, why you are running the meeting. Where is Eric Sutton? Are you getting to that with the election appointments?
Yes.
Okay. Let's see. I don't know why I'm so nervous today. There's so much running around in my brain. But with data centers, it seems so fitting and obvious to me that they should just be in cities with the hustle and bustle and where the noise pollution already is. I think a lot of people understand this too, and investors can put them in their backyard if they want them so bad. I suggest in our ordinances that everything be removed from any zoning ordinance and accessory data centers only, and we fine tune that. The rest do not fit here. Responsible development. Me personally, I want to know how many responsible industrial developments there even are in this country. My email I had sent to you guys and the board with Washington Township's 50% draft zoning ordinance. They had a lot of good information. I finally got a chance to scan it actually while I was here. Defining their A-weighted and B-weighted sounds. I suggest that in our ordinance. Page 2, noise sensitive land use. Extremely important information. Performance standards for noise and vibration. Commissioner Jabari, I appreciate your reply to that email. I really almost think that we should just copy Washington's 50% draft ordinance to a T, if that's something we're able to do, if the planner is able to do. And that's it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Sorry, I have one more. This is a public comment. I find it really appalling that your planner is sitting here doing work for another community and not paying attention to what your residents are saying. And even paying attention to the board or being available to answer questions. It's really appalling. It's very embarrassing. Why are we paying a salary to someone who's not even joining in the meeting? Thank you.
Can you back that up? How will you know that?
I'm sorry?
How, can you back that up? How do you know that?
I can see his laptop.
Right here, we can see his laptop. We videotape him.
Oh,
Always in these meetings, we videotape him doing stuff that he's not doing for us.
Well, we'll have to see. He's
Thank
saying that
you.
he's
We're
doing it.
moving on. Okay, we're going on to unfinished business. The high resource demand facilities ordinance.
Prior to that, can I ask to make an amendment to the agenda?
No.
We've approved.
Yeah,
It's in Robert's rules, we can amend the agenda at any point.
You said minutes.
Or the agenda, sorry. If I said minutes,
But the agenda's already been approved.
I'd like to make a motion to amend the approval and add something else to it. Just for discussion and nothing else.
Let's hear what she has to say.
I would just like to add the master plan discussion, action necessary.
My understanding, once you approve the agenda, you can.
Within Robert's
Can't
rules,
change it.
amendments can be made to an already approved agenda. We do follow Robert's rules unless there's something
And that would
else.
be a whole big discussion again. We're trying to deal with these things tonight. We could always put it on another month. And then, because you want to have time to look at it.
Why don't we ask the lawyer that we're paying money? He's not
here.
So I'll do this. I'd like to make a motion to amend the agenda.
Support. Support.
A motion by Commissioner Rodzik, supported by Commissioner Pennell.
Can you say the item number you want that to be?
I'll just, to amend the agenda to add master plan I-94 district to new business.
To new business?
We could add it to old business. I mean, old business.
No,
new
it
business.
would be.
It would be new because we've already sent it to the Board of Trustees. Okay. Are we good?
No, can we repeat that motion because that was...
I would like to make a motion to amend the agenda to add master plan I-94 district to new business.
7C then. I accept the motion.
You.
Okay, roll call.
Roll call.
Rodzik?
Yes.
Pennell?
Yes.
Jabbar?
No.
Miller?
No.
Turchi?
No.
Okay.
Moving on to unfinished business, the high resource demand facilities ordinance.
Okay, you got questions?
I had one comment before we started. Just so everybody understands, the I-94 district was not a rezoning. Nothing has been rezoned. It was mentioned by Dan that it was a rezoning. It's not. It's just part of the master plan.
Then how can it
It's
go
still
from-
agriculture. It would have to, if somebody came in with a proposal, they would have to rezone it first then make the proposal. So it's not rezoned, it just stays as is. It's, a master plan is what you think will happen there in the future. It's not rezoned industrial now.
So it's still considered agricultural? Yes.
It stays agricultural.
Thank you.
Unfortunately, the administration already knew the future before when that was put in there, which is, oh, please. I know.
It's not time to argue that, but it's not time to slander people either unless you have proof in front of you.
Here's the letter.
To say that. So we're in a planning commission meeting working on our stuff. We don't have nothing to do with the board.
You want the letter that proves it?
I agree that it is not a rezoning. However, it is a overlay future land use that can be utilized for businesses to come in and utilize that usage, that proposed usage.
And we've been working on this high resource demand facilities ordinance for several months. We've listened to all the different comments. We've done a lot of different research. I still believe to this day, no matter what it says, we should get it on the books before we are approached with something.
Moratorium.
We can't do a moratorium. But we can I finish my comment, please?
And we can't have, we're not supposed to engage at this point with the audience. So please refrain from shouting out. Thank you.
My belief is that ordinance on the books is better than nothing. If we do not have an ordinance with any restrictions for any of these issues, they could come and put it here, there, everywhere, and we would have no control at all. No control. It's going to be an uphill battle if we do get a proposal. But if we have nothing on the books, our hands are tied. It'll just be shoved down our throats and all the residents' throats. We have nothing we can fight it with. I want something that's got the teeth in it that we made to fight this issue.
So could we go, if we did that, is there something that says that we can go back in there and make some other changes?
At any time we can reopen it.
Ordinances are a living document, so they can be changed.
It can be changed?
Yes.
Yep.
We don't have to make a recommendation, then we go back in and change it, right, to the trustee board?
Not to the board, we
can just go in.
So on that, if we do make an ordinance and we approve it as is, we're saying that we feel confident in what we've just done. Otherwise, we wouldn't have approved it and we wouldn't have recommended, and we're going to amend it some other day. But whatever application comes in between approval and someday we get to it is approved under that ordinance. So it really doesn't matter.
But we have nothing now. So what if somebody came in his office tomorrow with a proposal for a data center across the street, or down where the foundry was, or down up anywhere? We have nothing to fight it with.
We have the fact that we've been working on it for 7 months.
That doesn't
begging for
matter.
help.
It goes by whatever ordinances are in the book at this time, not what we hope would be there.
Well, I really have the feeling that if that was the case, it would have already been done. You're waiting for the
Well, you said there is.
Please, I mean, Mr. Mahal there is basically been mute and voting on this, and he has an offer to him to buy his property. This is all hidden crap. It makes me sick.
So why don't you want to have an ordinance in place to control it?
Because I want to have an ordinance that's viable. We had a hearing of the public. We had all all his comments, and we still haven't gotten the input from that for our ordinance. Last week, or last month, we talked about, there was no comments from the public summarized. And I agree that you got slammed with tons of comments. There's a lot of good stuff going on. But we still haven't received another version of that ordinance addressing any of the issues that were brought up by the hearing of the public, which is what the point of that was not to just let them bark, but to listen and revise ourselves to, because there was a lot of things we didn't cover in that ordinance that were brought up. There's a lot of screaming and yelling going on and emotions, but there are a lot of very excellent comments from very educated people that have done research, and we're not incorporating any of that in this version of the ordinance.
Can I add one thing? Regarding the
I'm sorry, public comments are closed at this time.
Oh, okay. I just wanted to follow with the wrong information.
We need to follow the agenda.
Okay.
So I guess that's a question. Has that data been compiled yet from the public hearing?
Last we heard the direction from the Planning Commission on the 22nd was they collected the data. They were supposed to have a work session set up. And they were supposed to bring everything to a work session.
Okay.
And we have not been notified of any work session.
Well, apparently that was a chair issue. So have you compiled that data?
Yeah, Justin went through and summarized all the data, compiled and summarized it.
Can we please get that? I'm guessing there's some important things probably in there that
we have a report that's submitted.
Would help this ordinance. I'm sorry, you got the floor for a second. This is the follow-up question. You done?
Nothing else right now.
Okay. I'm just going to say that I just put the guy's address that he gave me in here, and it's in the middle.
It's a blank piece of land, isn't it?
Yeah, there is no home on either side of 27 or 28, and it's in the middle of this big, huge wasteland of nothing, and there's no house there.
He doesn't live in Lenox. He said that at the Board of Trustees.
I think that needs to be noted in the minutes that he gave us a false address.
Oh, we know who he is.
No, well, I'm saying it needs to be in our minutes that he gave us an address. He wrote it right here on my piece of paper, so I'll give it to you as evidence. But he gave false information to us, and I don't like that. So I'm going through the things. There's a whole list of things that came out of that public hearing that I thought were very useful. And I think everybody did, because we discussed having a workshop to discuss it. So hopefully we can get that scheduled and continued. There was also mention of future employees. I haven't been able to find anything that basically says that that place will have any more than 10 to 20 people in it, even if it's huge. And I'm sorry, I think it's going to lose more jobs for all the people that live in that district that already are making money off their farm and the people they employ. I think it's a net negative that take precedent over people that have either bought property here in the last year or in the last 100 years, and that they've invested money in that property. Those, our first responsibility are to those people who already paid us taxes, already gave us money, already invested in our community, that somebody else who, we're going to give you all these tax dollars. Right after that, they're going to apply for a dang tax abated, apparently, is the way that goes afterwards. Whether that happened or would happen, I don't know. But you also need to take in consideration when there is growth, economic growth, comes economic responsibility. Whatever comes will need to be protected by fire, protected by police, DPW issues. All the things that go with growth also come with expense. And the one thing I never hear here is our taxes are too high. I think we got a pretty good deal here on taxes. I never heard anyone complain taxes here. And if you live in the village, that's a different story. You know, it's a lot more. And I never hear it here. And I mean, the need, it's not going to help these people. So I requested from Tara if you could give us that information. The other thing I would like a lot more information on is the fact that the gentleman spoke about quantum computing, and the things that I'm seeing on the internet are basically what he said, that that's a technology that's coming very quickly. And the reason that they need all these data centers all of a sudden, because they're huge money makers. Humongous money makers. The money that's being invested in those things, that make it investors to put their money towards them. And once the deal, the building is done, the unions get paid, the lawyers get paid, and everything happens. And if they get 5 to 10 years out of that building, then they got their investment out of it. And then we are stuck with this mega building that's of no use to anybody. I mean, it would literally have to be torn down in order to reuse the thing. And meanwhile, we killed every business that was in that district. Every farmer.
You can't reuse the land.
And animal.
And animal that's there. So I don't see the point of economic development. And again, we agree. I am concerned about what has been brought up with holes in the ordinance. And have those actual questions I would like you to address, please, that people have said this is not right, there's a hole in there. Can you please address that for us? So someone said, and I don't know, and I'd like to hear it from you, Dave. Can we, as a board, reopen our master plan?
Yeah, the master plan can be open.
We can open it. This board can open the master plan.
He's asking if the planning commission can reopen the master plan.
Yes, it can.
Okay, that's opposite of what I've been told. I didn't even expect you to give that answer. And I thought maybe it was a little bit different in the township than it is in the village. I mean, things do differ between the two, so I can't always use my past experience at the village but we can reopen that master plan ourselves. We don't have to wait for them to reopen it.
I have a question, Rob, for you.
Yeah.
So, the village, you're not allowed, the planning commission isn't allowed to?
No, they are.
Are they? Okay.
That's why I was
All right, that's why
confused.
okay.
I originally brought it up in the first place. And I asked to talk to the lawyer about it, and he got the opinion, I guess it was Reader, there was no, we can't do that. So we got differing opinions, but that dude over there has been in the planning business more years than I even want to give him credit for, because we're going to age him real fast. But he's a very reputable person, and I do take a little bit of, I don't like people bashing on the man. He's a good man, and he's in a dicey place just like anybody else here is. And he's got a responsibility to the administration and to us. And Dave, I thank you very much. I really greatly appreciate you. I think that's a laudable thing. I know that he's being looked at as an enemy, but he's not. He's a very good person. I've been hunting him down for 20 years to get him to be the planner of New Haven, and he has a great reputation out there. But I'd like to say that we still need work to be done on this area of the high resources. It's not there. I don't disagree with what you're saying, that there is no ordinance, but everything I have read and every I just kept making phone calls to assistant district attorneys, trying to get one, and to ask opinions. And they're saying, if you put the ordinance in place, you're saying it's okay. You're saying that it's ready. You're good to go. Once you put an ordinance in there that is not comprehensive to handle the high resource, it doesn't matter. You made the ordinance. You got to live with your decisions. And honestly, it's a living document. We can change it in the future. But everything that comes in the day after we do it is okay. And if we cover every single item, then we have it. And we were gonna meet, and obviously there were some issues in leadership, and I hope that we'll still meet and have a workshop on one, analyzing the data from the public hearing, and two, to see where the holes are. A lot of people are bringing up holes, and that concerns me. And if we don't have an attorney, which they want to provide for us, is there any, can we ask for a volunteer out there? There's public monies to help communities with attorneys, and can we ask for advice from an attorney and not be charged? I mean, we don't have a budget. Boy, I don't have the answer to that question. I don't know how they work. I know there's public defenders and things. I don't know how that all works.
I'll get you a lawyer that'll talk to you for free. Dead serious. I offered it at every meeting we've had. I really think you guys need your own lawyer, because I think the board is walking you into fraud and charges. Look what happened to Rizzo. He went to jail. You guys need lawyers.
I mean, I would love a list that we can...
I will provide you with a list, and you will call them, and one of them will tell you that you are getting lied to. It's like they think we never had these meetings before, and we can't read the law.
I mean, I would like those opinions, and if they're not, I mean, that's just a resource for us, and if they're not charging us, then I would think we have the opportunity to ask specialists to come see us if there's no charge to the township. Can you look that up? And, I mean, I'm very disappointed in the board that they don't want to give us resources.
Amen.
Which makes me question everything. I mean, how do you want to send your people to war? Oh, please, go fight that battle. We're not going to get any guns, but hey, go do it. That's the way I feel like we're getting treated, is we don't have the artillery to actually, you know, not even win a war, it's not a war, but to hold our ground. We don't have those resources, and it's really disturbing that all the requests have gone unheard, unanswered. Unless, of course, they tabled it so they could, you know, do something about it. But I haven't heard anything.
Mr. Cornell, if you have issues that you wanted added to the ordinance, why didn't you bring those up in the last few months?
I did. I brought it up that I wanted a summary.
You didn't?
Yes, I did. I
When,
brought it
when,
up last
when we
week.
went line by line on this ordinance, you did not suggest anything be added. And I still disagree with you. An ordinance on the books is better than nothing. What would you do if somebody came in tomorrow with a proposal?
I tell them we don't have an ordinance yet, but our planning commission is working on it.
You have to accept the
That won't
proposal.
stop them from applying.
Well, but then why haven't they applied already? They got all these people signed up to buy the property. I would say they think that they probably have a less chance in court to go against that. If there's an ordinance in place, then they got it. They're in. They're done. They're ready. If we're working on the ordinance and it has to go to court because we don't have an ordinance in place yet, I think the burden comes to us that we are working on it, not them. They can't decide our timelines. It's us who are working on it.
But they do. Because like I said, if somebody comes in this week or next week with a proposal,
and there was that case.
we're SOL.
there was that case, but that community wasn't even considering, they didn't even have a start to an ordinance.
But they
And that's
haven't
how they lost.
We have not received, as a planning commission, a proposal for a data set. If we got one and it was on next month's agenda, it would be held to only the standards that are in our existing ordinances, which is pittance compared to what we want to put in for this.
Doesn't address it at all. We're working on it as a body. They can't decide our time to work on the body.
They don't wait. They're going to sneak in before we have a chance to
They already
have a case to dump them off.
I mean, they've locked up property. And yet nobody knows when, where, how, and who. I don't mean to put you on the spot, Brian, but you are the president of the village. Before someone comes to the village to put something, before they come to anybody, they go, hey, what do you think of this idea?
Yeah.
So you know anything that might be coming down the pike for the village of New Haven before it happens.
Yeah.
So saying that there isn't a proposal on the books isn't enough. They already know it's coming. They know more than we're getting shared with, that the public's getting shared with. And if I point blank just asked him a question, he just gave it to me. And all we get is, no one's applied officially. That's lame.
So why don't you go back through the ordinance and go line for line, section by section, and make some adjustments?
Well, I do. I want adjustments, but I want to hear the summary from everybody that came here. We had how many people here for that public
And
hearing?
how many months has that been?
It's been 2 months. Well, we apparently lost our chair,
We've been
so
waiting for meeting minutes for a while from the planner, and you haven't gotten them. So what's up with that?
I mean, I was under the understanding Eric was going to arrange the meeting, and apparently Eric is done, which is fine, and that's his choice. But the ball got dropped yet again this past month to where we didn't have the workshop. And they're holding on to the data, thinking we're having a workshop, so they haven't sent it to us.
If you're waiting for the board to do something, they're not going to.
No, the planner, they both said that they compiled that information from the public hearing. And our plan was to hear that information at a meeting prior to this meeting. But that didn't get called to order or scheduled because the chair, I'm guessing, resigned. Is that where we're at with this? I mean, I hear rumors, but no one's ever told me that. And that's that you're sitting in the chair and he's not here, I assume that text rumors true.
Motion, are you making a motion to?
No, I'm not making a motion, but I'm explaining the facts as they stand, that we have something on the books that is going to be on the books, done, finished. And it's got a lot of input still needs to be put into it. There's various issues that have been brought up that aren't addressed in there at all. Not the sound waves, but the other waves. We haven't addressed that at all. We haven't addressed what's it called? The BES. We haven't addressed that at all. And now we got this whole thing here, which makes me which is very cool. Thank you for taking all that time. That had to be a long time of work researching that. But what is, again, we wanted an environmental specialist. Are all these things a factor in, obviously, the district, but we're designing an ordinance for a mega center. And we're saying, yes, you can build it here. But what if they can't build it there and it's all, we already know that? Then they're going to sue us to put it, by somebody else's house. And come after it. It's because we say yes, we want them. And yes, we say we want it in this district, but they can't build it in that district if there's drainage and culverts and all the other things that are listed on there that could affect what can go there. So where does that leave us if the ordinance is in place and the place you gave them isn't possible to handle.
May I add something? Rob?
Yeah.
You're forgetting one thing.
Yeah.
Federal laws, federal regulations, EPA, even though it's been weakened or anything else like that, trumps all ordinances and any proposals for development. If there is an environmental issue with the building of that data center, all of the ordinances that you may approve tonight are null and void. Because those federal regulations, then they have to go to a federal court and then sue. Just to even try to get a hint or try to get it in another development. Because we do have tributaries that dump into other areas. And if that is protected land, and if that is an environmental issue, our ordinance is in place to protect that. But if it's a federal, all of our local laws get trumped by that. And that's what we're missing. And that's what you're missing. And that's why it's important just to have a semblance of an ordinance in place.
Yeah, I think we're going around and round and nothing's been changed in the last 3 months. And I still believe it needs to be on the books. So with that, I would like to make the motion to recommend the high resource demand facilities ordinance to the Township Board.
No support.
I'll second it for conversation.
Jabbar,
I'll support.
Okay, it's a conversation. High resource, so this is a question to all of the commissioners up here. Pulling some stuff up. Max size-ish for a high resource hyperscale data center, which we have listed in this ordinance, is up to 10 million square feet. Could be more in that ballpark. Large scale is 500,000 to 1 million square feet. Small scale, 20,000 to 100,000 square feet. Then accessory is really irrelevant, but to the conversation. So considering exclusionary zoning, and I'd like just an answer from everyone going down, in regards to the light and heavy industrial usage that currently exists in Lenox Township, is it necessary that we make space for a 10.7 million square foot potential high resource demand facility if we have already met our needs of light industrial and heavy industrial usage, consideration of the space that the dump consumes, and then all other businesses consume in Lenox Township? Rob, do you know the answer to that? Do you know the answer to that?
I don't.
Do you know the answer to that? Tanya?
I don't really.
You don't know the answer to that?
Is there a right- is there a right
Dave, where
answer?
would I get the answer to that?
For
Exclusionary zoning, whether Lenox has already met their light industrial, heavy industrial requirements, do we have to include a high resource demand facility in this ordinance, or is there a potential possibility that we've already met those requirements and that the space just here has already been utilized? Do we have to create space for that? And who would be?
Research into that because we're talking about ordinances versus case law. So we need to do a little bit of research.
Respect to that.
Yeah.
Case law, would that be better answered by an attorney?
Yes.
Okay. So as we are about to have this motion on the table, we have not received an answer as to why or how, if we even need to make space for a high resource demand facility. I have brought this up in multiple meetings, almost every one. I also don't know that we necessarily need to make space for a large-scale data center.
It's a very good question.
We very well might, but the fact is, none of us do. Our planner doesn't. And at the end of the day, an attorney might.
Say we met.
That's all I have to say.
I mean, I think everybody here thinks we've gotten our fair share of things nobody else wants.
Yep. So there's a possibility we don't even have to entertain a high resource demand facility in this community but we're just gonna let it roll.
You know, and something else that always has bugged me too is the only thing we got here for recreation is that golf, and we had the sports place, but I guess that they've already found a new facility. But that's the only two recreation things we got here. And we're looking to get rid of the golf course. I mean, that's their right to do that. But I'd rather find ways to support them. If somebody wants to tax pay, I'd rather give it to the golf course. And let them pay less taxes to make it more feasible for them to keep their golf course going here, so people have recreation here. Than giving it to, you know, a billionaire for his data center. We don't have any recreation. And we are going to have a beautiful recreation place if the quarry is ever done. But man, every time we hear about that, they get more years tacked on. So, you know, these promises are made. 20 years ago, I was promised a ski hill over here, that the dump would be done by then. And I'd be skiing on the thing. Then to come to find out, you can't even build on the thing for X amount of how many years. If we're looking for something that benefits our residents, I don't think it's more tax dollars with such a thing. I think it's more, what can we provide to them recreationally is a better benefit that we should be targeting versus
Some better stores or programs.
I would like to ask for the motion to be amended to exclude.
We haven't voted on the motion, and the items that Mr. Pennell was bringing up had nothing to do with the motion.
I'm not
So
referring to
we
the
have
motion.
to vote on the motion that's on the table.
She wants
Okay,
to
I am.
amend
I'm
it.
asking for an amendment to the motion.
I made the motion.
Yeah, I'm asking for amendment to that motion.
Well, why can't we hear her amendment? You don't even want to hear it?
Well, you'd have to hear. So, I would like to make I would like to request an amendment to the current motion on the table to remove all high resource demand facility, large scale data center and data processing centers from the current ordinance until such a time that we can get legal consultation in regard to these matters and any reference to them throughout the ordinance.
Prior to us amending this, can we vote on the first motion to make the amendment?
Well, I'm asking for an amendment to the current motion.
So whoever seconded it and whoever made the motion can
Can accept
accept
or
the
you can
amendment.
deny according to Robert's rules.
Pardon?
You cannot. You can deny.
Ma'am, excuse me. You have a motion on the floor at this time. It was seconded. You have to process the motion. You've had a discussion. You have to process that motion. If that motion fails, or you have a decision to amend it, you can do that at that point in time. But you can't have this halfway through. This is the exact problem we've had the last meeting. We had 5 different motions, reverse, change, move back, change, move, and this is the same that is going on every time. So you have a very clear motion that's on the floor. And if you change that, you have to rescind that motion. And that has to be rescinded by the two, that the person that put it up and the support.
I am requesting that the person who made the motion amend the motion to include those exclusions.
That would be up to that person then.
Exactly. That's what I am requesting.
It's called a friendly amendment, and you cannot rescind unless it's already been voted on.
Correct.
That's in Robert's rules.
Yes, but this motion is in order. I'm not going to discuss this with the...
Well, because if you're...
Commissioner Churchy just said that she doesn't wish to amend her motion.
Then you can take a vote.
Well, why? Doesn't that cover what you wanted to cover? We have a data center ability in there. We're waiting to hear on our percentages. So we are covering a data center in that ordinance.
Okay,
We're not
but if they
excluding-
come in and want the large one, we don't have anything that says they can't.
I know, because we haven't finished
So
it.
I just want to...
I don't understand here. I just don't understand.
Okay, roll call, please.
Turchi?
Aye.
Jabari?
Aye.
Pennell?
No!
Moyer?
Aye.
Oh, you're all...
Johnson?
No. I can't even
It's very unprofessional out of you.
It is! I'm going crazy with this thing! How do you get told that we don't have all the information, but you just made a motion and you guys approved it to send it for
Motion
college
carries.
homework.
Motion passed.
Motion passed. It's still disgusting.
I was gonna talk about the influence of the side tables in your motion too, right?
Yeah, why don't we talk about that?
Yeah, no kidding. The press will.
Yeah, that's
Because I don't agree with that.
Okay, moving on to new business.
You just screwed up.
So, on that same subject, are we going to have a workshop to work on amending the ordinance ASAP? Because we know it's weak and it's not completed. So.
We could discuss that during communications. Right now, we're on the agenda on new business.
Okay, thank you. I just want to know that it'll be heard.
You guys are so.
You guys.
Okay, new business site plan review, Christopher Meyer. 19-06-31-300-15, vacant 26 Mile Road. Yes, Mr. Pran.
Thank you. I will give you, did you want the applicant to present first?
Oh, yes, please, sorry.
Okay.
Good evening, Commissioners. Sorry, it's on. Good evening, Commissioners. My name is Gary Kwapis. I'm 126 East 3rd Street, Rochester, Michigan. I'm an architect working for my client, Carpathia Club. They want to create a recreational zone property off 26 Mile Road, a one-story, 4,500 square foot building to be used as a club membership. There's about 180 members that they have, and they're going to create a couple soccer fields. We are resident about the noise ordinance with community. There's going to be no lights, but they play soccer in the spring and fall of the year, and mainly it's mostly club membership, playing other clubs in the area, and that's pretty much what we're asking for on that site, and we try to meet everything we could on the direction of the consultants to present you with plans, site plan approval, as well as the building plans, and address as many items as we could through the process.
Did I see somewhere where it said hours of operation in your proposal? I couldn't remember. I thought I saw something.
Hours of operation.
Primarily would be afternoons, closing at 10 o'clock usually, nothing later than 10 o'clock, but primarily afternoon meetings. And that's when obviously, when kids are in school, that's when soccer be played.
But since you have no lights, you won't be playing on the
No,
field.
we're not going to
You're
be
talking
playing
about
on
the
the
building.
Yeah, the building, the soccer field, there's no lights on the field at all, so that's.
Are there lights in the parking lot?
No, right now, we're doing lighting off the building to supply lighting there. A photometric plan has not been done, but that will be done with final engineering drawings. We addressed a letter today stating that from Tri-County Engineering Consultants that was addressed to us on July 15th, saying that we would comply based on the recommendations of their list that they had. It was like 8 items, and we would address and comply with those items.
I don't believe I've seen that.
I sent the email today when I got it.
I don't think it's been forwarded to us then if you sent it today.
Okay, I have it on here if you'd like to see it.
I do have a lot of objections to the building lighting being the source of where the light comes from, because it shines so far beyond. And this is all backyards, correct? In the you're putting it, this is the field where there's a bunch of fields already that is getting used for years, right?
No.
No,
Oh, so where
no,
is
this
it?
is the vacant field.
It's a vacant
piece of property.
There's nothing on it.
There's nothing on it.
Oh, okay, I was under the impression it was that, you know where that little field is?
Oh,
there?
Starrow Park over there?
Is that what it's called?
Yes, or CRC.
No, we back up to the state park.
Oh.
That backs up to the property, and there's two properties to the side, but they're all zoned recreational.
Do you
It's
have one?
closer to Omo, Robert. It's not the one you were thinking of, not that Club Ladoche one. They're separate.
Yeah, there's nothing there except.
No, it's closer to Omo Road.
I'd love to see, because I'm looking at the totally wrong area. I assumed that was becoming, that facility was becoming UDOT. So I would like to see the aerial of it. If you wouldn't mind showing me on your phone where it's located. So you don't have any neighbors to contend with?
There is a neighbor on the
West side of it,
and the east side.
How far?
probably within 200 to 300 feet each side.
On each side?
This is 10 acres that we're dealing with.
This here?
400, yeah, this particular parcel that we're presenting is 10 acres, and we are 400 feet wide. And the adjoining parcels, I think, are probably around the same size.
So is this basically like one of those club soccer things?
Yeah, soccer club. Carpathia Club is a soccer club, much like any other soccer club. We're a small, we have about 15 teams from U18 to U9, so youth teams. Primarily, we have a couple adult teams, but we have 15 teams in the youth. And it's basically, again, for the fall, a handful of months out of the year. For the spring, a handful of months out of the year. We don't play youth soccer during the summertime. That starts back up in mid-August. So, and with only having, one or two soccer fields, with the amount of teams that we have, we're not going to be playing all of our games at that location. So it's not going to be overburdened use because we don't want to destroy the facility. Plus, we're not going to be able to fit 15 teams all together at that.
How many fields can you fit in that area that you?
We'd like to do two. One for sure. Another one we primarily have a practice field. Kind of save the wear and tear.
And those are at the far end, north end.
So one is practice and one is for games?
Yes, primarily. Primarily it would be, if we can get one, that would be great.
Well, so you don't know for sure yet what it.
You could fit two. You could fit two, but if we can get one playing field and a practice field, that would be ideal.
Yeah, it sounds like it, because then at least your teams are all getting practice time. And if there's a game going on next door.
Yeah,
and
again, we're not having lights, so it's again, be inside after dark.
So I would, as far as the lighting, I don't know anything that the engineer said, but I still think that building lighting still pushes it out. It doesn't cut off like the drop light does. You know what I mean?
No, these would have to meet the ordinance of the township as far as cutoffs and so forth, so we're not shining out.
Yeah.
These would not be the old way. They have to meet the cutoffs. They have to only come out at a certain number of feet and so forth according to the lighting ordinance, and that would be that.
I have asked about that in the past. I think our ordinance must be.
Photometrics would have to be presented in order to get final approval by the township.
Okay. I mean, I think it's great to have something like this in the community, be something available that our kids can obviously become members of.
100%, yes.
Is it based on skill or just the ability to pay the membership and they get to?
No, again, it's open to everybody. I think right now it's open to everybody to come out and do tryouts. But yes, it's open to members from all over. And being out here, you get to grow and you're a beautiful fit. Kids are out there right now, so it's open to everybody. Anybody that wants to join, again, they can join. We have elite teams that obviously have to match the skills, so it's not just a let's grab you, but, you know, we also put on camps for the kids for education purposes, so we can work with clinics. Hey, we'd like to put on some camps, bring the kids, they don't have to sign up and pay anything, it would just be we put the camps on, and then in hopes that they want to join down the road.
So obviously, it's not like a professional sport, with the sport thing. So my question is like, when the kids are in the league, you know, when they're in the league time, really the kids can't really be there, right? Unless they're part of the league.
Well, as far as, what do you mean, like, if they're gonna go there after hours, if they're not playing inside, they can go inside, the clubhouse, and again, they can watch film, have a meeting, you know, there's no stove, there's no, you know, kitchen type deal thing, so it's just get in there, have your meeting, and, you know, we have little events inside, for the kids and other members. So it's pretty much it. It's a membership gathering. We're not that big. So
I do like the idea of the camp stuff. That's good. That's good.
So is this going to be something that is also going to be a rental? Or is this only for your...
No, this is for members. This is just for membership. This is not anything where it's going to be, hey, we're going to rent out, you know, the building to third parties for, hey, we want to have an event here. This is a membership place.
Now, can the members have a wedding there?
No, it's not going to be big enough for a wedding.
Oh, it's pretty dang big. It actually...
Yeah, once you start condensing, you know, there's another meeting area that we meet at. It's about 3,600 square feet. And once you start putting the walls and the bathrooms in, it narrows quickly. But no weddings. Again, birthday parties, again, a baby shower, something of that nature to offer the members. Hey, remember like our birthday club, here's our hall, not really a hall.
Does there have to be a member in order to...
Yes,
okay.
Yes, sir.
Would that fall under a rental versus...
No, you have a criterion that this will be a principal use. It would be not rental, more or less along the lines of a golf club, tennis club.
Membership.
Yeah, membership based.
Okay. In the bar, is this like a real bar?
It would be, yeah. Not to the public. Yes, it would serve alcohol.
Where's it located?
So would this club be open, I mean, like the Ambits has bar hours?
So, obviously, we would abide by the state rules, right? We have a Class C liquor license in escrow. But again, it's a membership bar. It's not open to the public, so somebody from the outside can't just come in and say, hey, I want to drink. The bar is not open all the time. The bar would be open during events only. So if we were having, hey, we're having a pizza gathering here, we're having, again, members coming in, hey, we'd like to do, 4 or 5 hours, playing cards, whatever they're going to do, that's going to be open. Only if somebody was there to work behind the bar. So it's not open. It's basically closed, locked until I go there and supervise it. So nothing.
That's all I got right now.
Okay, thank you. Anybody else?
I got a tree to start looking at. Not an engineer, but I like to see those designs.
Yeah, it's very interesting.
Yeah.
I have no objection or questions about this site. I've talked to the engineer, and I've talked to EMS and the fire department, and everything's been followed. So I would like to approve the site plan for Carpathia building, provided all township regulations, planners, engineers, and fire department concerns are followed and only used by club members.
But we haven't even received a planner's report or an engineer's report on this. You didn't let that guy talk. And we're approving.
You want to go ahead?
Because you have concerns.
That is it.
Hmm? Greg, but you went a little ahead because we haven't talked about.
Oh, I'm sorry. I will pull back my motion and let that, well, I've read the things by the engineers and everything, so.
Mr. Baker, please.
Sure, thank you. Just worked on the details. I'm going to let her present. Overall, it was very good. There's a couple minor things we have to deal with for administrative approvals, and I'll let her discuss those.
Okay, thank you.
Hi, my name is Jessica Sherrill. I'm a planner with Carlisle Orman, and we are going to recommend conditional approval based on the administrative approval of a few items. That being that the wall pack lighting mounted on the building needs to be reflected in the site plan to ensure the down shading that Mr. Pennell spoke of. The street frontage landscaping, there are 2 additional trees that need to be added to that based on the calculations for the ordinance. And then the trash storage enclosure. The site plan shows plastic roll bins to be screened by arborvitaes in the back of the building. The zoning ordinance requires that the closure be of the same material as the exterior building, which must be met or a variance will be needed for that. And those are our few talking points for administrative approval.
How much time for the conditional approval would they need?
Conditional approval, they just don't, until they met all the conditions and get all their approvals, the building department and everything, there's no CO. Certificate of occupancy is not issued until everything is conformed.
So you're saying you are recommending the building lighting?
We're recommending that it be reflected in the site plan, the angle of the light, that it be shown that it reflects downwards.
I just haven't seen it work, and I know I've shown you where I don't think it works.
Correct. We're going to get photometric plans, have Surmed and Mark review those, make sure that they're down shaded.
Yeah, I guess I have a question. I want to guess that you're Surmed's son.
Good evening. Your guess is correct.
Okay. I wanted to ask you at the other meeting, but I had to adjourn that thing by 9 o'clock, or 8 o'clock. So you only have 2 items as far as the planning. Is like all I'm seeing for landscaping is those trees. Is there other landscaping involved?
There's landscaping, there's parking lot landscaping, and then there's street frontage landscaping requirements. You'll see those right around the 50-foot yard setback. It's on sheet LP 100.
A200, A300. What page you said, LP? LP 100, okay. I don't see anything in that. Oh, it's over here. Okay, so there's trees in the parking lot. So it's strictly trees, it's not any kind of bush or flower beds or just
trees.
Just trees growing out the grass then, right?
Correct, they meet the ordinance.
Well, just my past experiences, sometimes they throw the landscaping bushes out in the middle of grassy areas, and it just looks like crap.
Again,
trees are a little bit different.
Comply with the final engineered site plans as part of the ordinance approval. That's what we comply with as far as landscaping and so forth.
And as far as the trash, then it's going to be in carts like I would have at home?
Yes, they're the large carts that you roll out to the street.
Okay. I mean, it seems logical not to.
They don't need for a big dumpster because of the.
So they don't need a commercial dumpster.
So what if the need becomes, what if Waste Management says, these people are putting out too much garbage, or I don't know if that's a thing. Do we have a recourse to go back and put?
Yes, they come and have to come through, then they gotta put the wall up. That's gonna trigger the building department looking at it. They'll swing it back to zoning and then we'll work on whether they meet the ordinance or else they need a variance.
Well, would it be better to put that thing in these plans and say you don't have to build these, but they're conditional upon if you are producing more waste than, throwing out at the curb a allows us, just so it's
Legally,
there.
the ordinance that says, as long as we provide proper waste hauling, whether it's on a weekly basis or whatever, as long as those needs are met. We're not gonna, again, private club, they're not gonna trash the area, trash that area. They don't know how much in general trash containers, if they have to buy another trash container, that's what they would have to do.
That's what I'm concerned about.
If
I
you
hope
wanna-
the thing is a huge success and you create all sorts of garbage.
That'd be a great problem to have, right?
I would love that. I'm just saying, I mean, put a safety net that if it does go there, then we already got it laid out, we already agreed upon it, but we're not gonna make you build it. Unless it came to a point where the trash haulers are saying, well, they got 18 pull-out carriers out here.
Yeah, that would be unreasonable.
Yeah. And then all we'd have to say is, well, please follow the site plan and, you know, either put out this garbage or complete the site.
They were trash culture.
Yeah. But then it's there and we don't have to battle or fight or talk to you about it or anything else. It's just there to get activated, correct?
Yeah, correct. They came in, we do them, there's so small, not gonna trigger site plan review by the planning commission. There's an adjustment, there's ordinances in place to make sure that it's properly constructed and screened.
That's probably the only thing I got then, is, except for the engineering. Anybody else in the plan? No. Some good thing. I'm not good with you, Dave, I'm good with you.
Anybody else? No questions for?
I'd like to hear from the planner, or I mean the engineer.
Good evening, Commissioners. My name is Anmar. Per Mr. Safe's letter, at this time, we have no objections.
Were there any suggestions in your letter? I mean, are you still asking them to do things and they don't have objections to them, or?
Well, can you repeat? I apologize.
So you're not looking for any items that aren't currently in this plan to be conditional upon our approval? Everything here is exactly as you guys want it to be.
It's contingent upon the Planning Commission's approval, of course, but we have no objections.
Wow, I don't think I've ever seen that. You sure you're your father's son? He's always got something to tack on. Okay, it looks like a beautiful thing. Oh, you said you had a neighbor, did you talk to him about it?
I'm sorry?
You said you have a neighbor, you know, a residential neighbor. What's that? Have you talked to him?
I believe it's the brother that is selling the property. They're not talking to him personally yet, no.
Just a question before I make the motion again. Should I use the same motion but say it's conditional, provided that they follow all the regulations? Or just, yeah, for Dave?
You can amend the motion, you made the motion, you can amend it.
So just,
Yeah,
like use the same motion but add, say it's conditional?
Yeah, what you would do is amend your motion, add the conditional part of it, and then whoever seconded the motion would step up and re-second.
Okay.
your
Well,
amended
actually, I
motion.
rescinded that motion already because it wasn't, yeah. Okay, I'll make a motion for a conditional approval site plan for Carpathia building, provided all township regulations, planners, engineers, and fire department concerns are followed, and the club is to only be used by club members.
Do we have to list your conditional items?
Two ways, you can either list them or you can say what's in the planner's report.
Yeah, I put engineers and fire departments.
Then I think that's acceptable.
Support.
Motion by Commissioner Turkey, supported by Commissioner Jabari. Roll call.
Jabari, I'm sorry, Turkey.
Aye.
Jabari,
Aye.
Canal,
Aye.
Miller,
Aye.
Rodzik.
Aye.
Motion passes.
Thank you.
to election of officers. Unfortunately, Mr. Sutton has resigned. So at this time, we now have to re-elect officers.
Have we received a letter?
I did not. So,
He's not here, which I think makes it seem that way, but,
Mr. Reader received a letter.
oh, he did? He's not sharing that with us.
He doesn't have it.
He doesn't have to share it. But we're supposed to accept that he said that the guy's resigned, and we gotta pick a new person. Yeah, okay. Not that I like Eric, and I feel bad that he felt the need to resign, but I definitely feel the need myself to. This has been a terrible experience.
Okay, so should we just start at the top?
Should we accept his resignation via the supervisor before appointing new officers?
I don't know if we have to do that. We've had people resign before and we've not had to do that.
No? Just my experience has been, there's always.
In my experience, we had somebody that moved out of the township, and when they resigned through the supervisor, not through the planning commission.
Yeah, they're appointed.
Because they're appointed by the supervisor. Okay, nominations for chair.
I'd like to nominate Jen Rogers. Sorry, you got a lot of experience.
I agree.
No, Jeff, no, I'm not saying, Tanya, that I'm not, as vice chair. I'm just saying she has more experience. I have not any objections to you and how you run
When do your terms
I just didn't want to offend you.
I'm just being honest, it
Yours
doesn't
is
matter to me.
December. Is everybody December?
Not talking officers, but just members, it's stagnated like every year or every 2 years.
Well, I mean, we don't necessarily want to vote Karen in as.
Well, it doesn't matter because officers only go through the end of the year and then they're reelected again at the beginning of the next year.
Yeah, so if I resign at the end of this year, it wouldn't matter. Right, yeah, so. Yeah, because it's just like replacing because we don't have a chair right now.
No, I get it. I was just wondering.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Right. Yeah, because I don't know when I'll be permanently leaving, so. You asked if there's any.
Okay, so are there any other nominations for chair?
I'll talk about mom's the word.
So,
I think we're.
Nobody wants
we
it.
just,
Call vote.
thanks, I appreciate that. Hey.
Can you nominate somebody that's not on the board?
No.
Not approved by reader?
No, tonight we're just replacing the chair basically.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Okay.
whoever's on the commission now, so.
So, we don't have any other nominations for chair, just Commissioner Rotzick?
We want to do them one at a time, right?
Yes.
Actually, we don't need to reelect everybody, we're just replacing the chair.
Just.
We
he's
replaced
the only one.
everybody in like at a December meeting or January?
That's January.
January, yeah.
Yeah,
The appointments are in December.
And the
Tanya's
only,
still
the only way that it
replaced
would have,
twice.
the only way it would have had to been going forward after that would have been if I was elected chair. I'll be honest with you, I don't want chair. So my feelings are not hurt at all. Ever. Just saying.
Did you want to retain your vice chair?
I'm vice chair is fine.
Okay,
That's whatever, so,
so we don't need to open.
no. All right, so I guess we're just gonna do roll call for,
You should accept that.
oh, yeah, you need to accept it if you want it. If you don't want it, that's okay. Sure. She's accepted, so now I can't ask it anymore, right? Now that Commissioner Ratzik's accepted the nomination, are there any other nominations for chair?
I'm not ready.
Nominating me.
Yes.
I accept the nomination.
Okay, Commissioner Jabari has nominated Commissioner Turchi, and she has accepted.
I do have a question on it. You know, when we last talked, you said you're out of town by. Is that going to make you available?
Am I here today?
Well, yeah, you're here today, but I mean, you're not in
The only one
town.
I missed was June 2nd because it was during the week and it was put out.
But I mean, the chairman has more time invested than any of us sitting here during the week.
And I'm in contact with everybody here if I need to be. They know where to find me, they know how to contact me. I have an email, I have a phone.
So how do we do this now?
You vote on the first one.
So, okay. So first vote is for Commissioner Radzik. Hold on, sorry.
Okay, Pennell,
Yes. Or Jen, how do you want me to say that? You want me to vote?
oh, I'm sorry, we're voting for Commissioner
Yes,
Radzik.
yes for Jen.
So right now, we're just doing Commissioner Radzik, so it's a yes or a no
Oh.
for Commissioner Radzik.
Yes.
Jabari,
No.
Millard,
No.
Turchi,
No.
Okay, so now we're voting for, oh, I'm sorry. Does Jen vote?
Yes, Jen.
Oh, I'm sorry. Rescind. Or abstain. Thank you. Okay, we're gonna do Commissioner Turchi. Pennell,
No.
Jabari,
Yes.
Millard,
Yes.
Turchi,
Yes.
Radzik.
No.
So I do have a question, because the seats changed and it's kind of like the three of you in the middle. Did you guys already know that Eric was gone?
I was notified today at 11 o'clock.
I mean, I heard it through people. I mean, my biggest seems to be the place to find information is to go shop at Meyer and someone finds it.
I've never seen anybody.
No?
I'm not complaining either. And we didn't set these up, these were already set up when we got here.
Yeah, I was
So,
looking
or
for my
these were
seat.
set.
So you're the only one that knew as of 11 o'clock today, and this guy resigned whenever, and we couldn't find out. That goes back to our lack of communication with the administration. We should have been notified the minute that letter hit his office, because we could have taken care of the,
I adjust that.
thank you.
Okay. Moving on, public comment.
I thought we had a 7C.
Oh, we do.
What?
7C was added.
Commissioner Radzik added a 7C.
That was the term.
Oh, sorry. No, that motion failed.
Oh, I apologize.
Thanks for trying, Diane.
My notes got a little mixed up. I'll work it here.
Well, now that you all know, because we talked about it afterwards, now that we all know that we can open the master plan ourselves, should we re-put that on the agenda, so it's not, we have the power to do that.
We don't do that today.
Well, we need to open
Did we
it,
already-
we need to start the
Did we
process.
already? It's already, that motion's already failed, right? Commissioner Ratzig, what was your original
My
motion for?
motion failed, sorry.
Yes.
My motion failed. If, is this our call from the table?
It is not.
Okay, my motion did fail.
No, but it failed to put it on the agenda.
It failed to put it on the agenda. I'd like to address it again with the call from the table.
But now we know.
We're on public comments right now.
If
We're
it,
not on-
if it was addressed from the call from the table.
But now we know we can do it. When it was proposed by her, we think we couldn't do it. Now we know we can.
Right, but when we get to call to the table, we'll.
I think we should continue to put it on as 7C as new business. When are you going to put it on? Wait another
But
month?
it failed.
To put it on the agenda, because everybody is of the impression that we're not allowed to do that.
But once it failed, we can't do it again today, can we?
No.
No. So it has to wait until the next meeting. But we can talk about it during call on the table. Okay. Thank you.
Can I start?
Yes, thank you for waiting.
Okay, I'd like to add a 7C. Put the motion on the table to open up the master plan. I would also like to see that you put a motion in to amend the high-density data center, whatever, ordinance on the agenda for next month too. I don't want that to just get fallen by the wayside. You guys know you have more work to do on it. Keep doing it. There's two people that I want you to look up. Kristen with a K, Kristen, Megan, Meghan, last name is Kelly, Kelly, and she has a person that she works with regularly who is Tammy, T is in Thomas, K, Herrema, Herrema, Clark. They are industrial hygienists. They are big on data centers. They are both on Facebook if you want to go that way. Look them up, check them out. There's a ton of information out there on environmental impacts on data centers, and they've got the goods. They are in Michigan, so it's something that I have requested that they come here, but they're blowing me off, which pretty much everybody else does too, so whatever. But that's something that you guys really need to look into. Get the master plan opened back up. Get rid of the I-94 development district and keep the motion on the data center going. Don't let it just slide. You need to keep moving on it. Thank you.
Michelle, what is their title? So like I could look like
Industrial
hygienist. Hygienist, really? Okay.
She's a hygienist.
I'm a hygienist, but I ain't an industrial.
I saw them testify.
Okay, yeah, that way I can look it up online.
They
Okay.
testified in front of the state
Okay.
and a bunch of other
Yeah,
places
Tanya said
in
something
regards
about it,
to.
so. Okay, thank you.
They're very knowledgeable.
Okay.
Daniel Vanaker, Village of New Haven. So tonight, you guys aren't the only reason, the only people who failed us. The planner has failed us, the chairperson has failed us, the prior chairperson. The supervisor has failed us, the board of trustees has failed us, but you guys don't know Robert's rules. That's embarrassing. And it seems like it completely made an entire directional change of how you guys voted. So don't just, pin it on somebody else. Yes, they've made some bad mistakes. All of them. Actually, I don't think they were mistakes. But you guys failed us. Usually they're a complete embarrassing failure, or you guys did it on purpose. And that's shameful. Turchi, this is to you because you called me out specifically. You said that the ordinance doesn't, in fact, rezone it. Okay, fine. If you want to play word salad and semantics, okay, technically not. It establishes a district for future land use. At that point, Once a developer, a property owner, or an interested party applies for a rezone, it's a shoe-in. It's a formality at that point, okay? So you want to play semantics, fine, okay, it doesn't rezone it, but you know what the ordinance does.
Just correct
So,
what it's.
you know the effect of that. Further, this final draft is just an embarrassment. I'm sorry, but for the record, I just want it to be known that the copy that you guys recommended to the Board of Trustees, which I want to see when they actually go to approve it, the very last, I'm just going to read the last 4 lines of it, which is included as part of this that I'm holding right here, that is made available to the public for this hearing today, or this meeting today. The very last section says, legal questions from Planning Commission. 1, is a severability section needed? 2, does a section on fines go within this ordinance section? 3, monitoring and reporting requirements located in many sections. Can these be consolidated into one section? See section on page 16. Look how, I mean, what an embarrassment. You got questions, you got like draft notes, just, this is what you recommended to the board. Like this incomplete nonsense. That better be in there when they go to actually approve it at the end. And although strongly disappointed, and you say you tell people one thing, and you give them a nice, sincere look, and you shake hands, you tell them one thing, and then you vote entirely different. So very strongly disappointed. I see right through it, and it's an embarrassment.
Ditto, number 1. And apparently, none of you have looked into the cities and the townships that have been able to block this. None of you talked to anybody there. Having no ordinance is better than having some ordinance that they're going to fly by. Okay, but apparently the research wasn't done. There were 2 people here that were all for that. I mean, 3 people that voted to just let an ordinance go through, even though the board, after several attempts, you guys never got your experts. I have researched anything that you as a board could do without permission from the trustees, and all it did was validate what I already knew. Sadly, there isn't much, but keep pushing forward. Keep pushing for what we need, not what they need. Whether the board's okay with it or not, just keep pushing for it. The residents will know you're doing all you can do for us, and even though the Board of Trustees will deny all, it's proving to all the residents that we at least have one board, or at least part of a board, working for us. Just so you know, nearby businesses, if anybody's done any research with these data centers that are already in place and have been for quite some time, nearby businesses are going to close. Rod, you're absolutely right. A hyperscale data center might have 30, 40 employees. Possibility of 50, but that's really rare. So it's not adding jobs. It's not doing that at all. Nearby businesses will be closing because nobody's going to be doing anything around anything like a hyperscale data center, which loses more jobs. You should be wary of anything and everything that the Board of Trustees tells you. Obviously, you're not getting information. Information you are getting is somewhat suspect. Mr. Graybaugh's outburst tonight was very influencing, and I know this can't be done, but I'll tell you, that whole motion should be rescinded because he should not be giving input to a planning commission board anyway. But he continues to do that sort of thing. I don't know. I mean, we all feel very lost. We know there are a couple of you that are doing your damnedest for us. But with the underhanded, sneaky things that are being done, and the people saying, oh, I'm not for this, and then voting another way, and all that sort of thing. It's just getting very frustrating. No wonder some of these meetings get a little out of hand, because people can't deal with it anymore.
I need all my time, I'm not saying my name. Okay. Roseal over there owns land in the data center. Here is the Monell versus Department of Social Services. This is case law and can be used as precedent. Municipalities are not entitled to qualified or absolute immunity when official policy, informal custom, deliberate indifference causes violation of the law. Failing to disclose or abstain from a clear conflict of interest can violate local ethics ordinances, constitute malfeasance of office, and potentially invalidate the board's final decision in a court of law. If you are caught doing this, the appearance, if not even actual propriety exists, it can and will end up in criminal charges. You do not have to be an elected official. You just have to be receiving a paycheck from the elected officials. So if you work for a zoning board or a planning commission and you get caught in the middle of a crime, which fraud, somebody not recusing themselves, so it's called fruit of a poison apple. Because Rosiel is doing something illegal, none of you have to do any of this. And if you do it, you are complicit in fraud. I am pressing charges for it because I'm a landowner in the zone. You're trying to take my land. So rezoning land, which I have not agreed to sell, is against the law. Because when you rezone it from agricultural to industrial, I pay $40,000 a year in taxes. I did it when you rezoned Myers and the freeway. Now, you have gotten us sued. I found the lawsuit. You infringed on somebody's civil rights and you got Lenox sued. He infringed on somebody's civil rights and got Lenox sued, which means you know what happens when we get sued. They did not name the board, they named you in your personal capacity. So sitting up there doing anything wrong when you get sued is in your personal capacity. No lawyer for the city shows up in court for you. And I will be offering free lawyers for that.
Do I have to hit a button? Sorry, I wasn't planning on talking. Beth Oakley, 2925 Lenox Township. Like I said, I wasn't planning on talking. I think the meetings that we all show up for, I think we sit here and we hold out hope that maybe today we might get a little glimmer of hope of something is shifting in the right direction. And we walk out disappointed every time. There's part of me that wishes you guys could sit out here and watch the show that we see every month, and it kind of is ridiculous. It's very sad, and it's extremely disappointing. Thank you for your direct question to the planner about opening the master plan, because we've been talking about it for months, and you finally have a straight answer. Unfortunately, I don't think it's going to go anywhere again. But you have the power to do that. The board has the power to do that. We've been saying that. You had a direct question. So now it's out there. We finally know you can open the master plan. You chastised Mr. Purnell for not raising questions about the ordinance. You ever heard the saying, like, you don't know what you don't know? You guys are experts about the data center. And so you've been having these questions for months and asking questions for months of saying, and for as far as I know, you haven't consulted lawyers. You haven't finished. It was very obvious to the rest of us that you haven't answered those basic questions in that ordinance. And yet you just put through an ordinance that is going to allow whoever wants to walk in this backyard to just traipse in and go, now we can do whatever we want. You ignored her request for taking out the high volume data center, but now legally you are bound. If there's one that comes in, they can do whatever they want because it's on the books. That's sad. And we all watched you go answer different questions going, I don't know the answer to that, 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 but yet you just went, nope, we need to put this ordinance through. It is amazing to me. He had questions he didn't know because you aren't experts. I watched you ask 10 minutes of questions, even longer, to a soccer club. Did you guys do that to any experts or anyone else to answer those questions about the data center, about seeking legal help, about the ordinance? No. It's ridiculous to us out here. It's very sad, and it's very discouraging. They just elected you president, and you did that. And then, this is just personal note, walking in here, I'm sure all the rest of us had a long day.
That we have to come in here and babysit you guys.
Hey, Anthony Lenox, after this vote here, you kind of changed what I was going to talk about. But one of the things, okay, I'll start out this so that it preferences what I'm going to say after it. I worked at a multi-global, multinational corporation for 31 years. Not only did I turn down a promotion, but I eventually quit after 31 years when I could no longer follow their direction. Now, Commissioner Churchy, you need to resign. You remind me of an old person and something, she comes out when you step on her lawn. You definitely don't have what it takes to be a commissioner. You don't have the temperament. You're like over there going, just got to get this through. And you know what? No ordinance is better than the crappy ordinance. And I already pointed that out, and supposedly all of it was sent to you. And not anybody got back to me. And I didn't even dig deep. I scratched the surface and got out 8 pages. One of the things is, nobody seems to understand what an exclusionary zone is. And you can do it because nobody showed that we need a data center. And that is part of the law. They have to show that we need it. You have over 4,000, coming up on 5,000 in this country, and 75 in this state. We don't need another one. The other thing is, not one time have I heard or saw that a rep from a data center or one of these developers came in and tried to show us that there's need. Why was not one brought in and said, tell us your side. Why should we accept this? The other thing is, when you start looking at this, things like the sales tax exemption, what that basically says is a power company or the data center can either take it or not. And if they choose not to take it, then those rate increases can be passed on to the customer. So if they feel that they're getting more money for their buck by not taking that sales tax exemption, that's what they're going to do. The other thing is, DTE CEO just been on all these news programs and saying data centers are going to only pay 25% of the increase. That means we're picking up the other 75%.
Thank you.
The other thing is, if you guys haven't noticed lately, that PGM, the data center, shut down temporarily in Virginia and created a surge that was felt all the way up to Chicago. What do you think is going to happen when that data center shuts down for whatever reason? Because they're monitoring the grid. And when they see a disturbance, they're going to shut down and protect their equipment. Now, since Edison has been fooling around with the power lines this year, my lights constantly flicker. And I hooked up a meter, and I can see the fluctuations. I hooked up an oscilloscope, and I recorded it. So I already see fluctuations with them screwing around with the system. That's going to be real hell. Wait till one of those data centers, if it ever comes in, shuts down. Those are all the things. And nobody here has gotten expert help. Only one person's asked for it. The trustee board has not given it. So I don't know how you're making your decisions. Making these calls, and I bet you if we sit there and query, you have no idea what goes into building a data center. That's all.
So I'd actually like to know, so is there an opening now on the planning commission?
There is, hopefully.
I haven't seen a posting for it, obviously.
That's what I was just going to ask. And when would that posting come about?
Readers the one that finds them.
There's usually not like a posting, but all you have to do is just write a letter of intent.
But doesn't there be
to the supervisor's office? Just put, say I'm interested in a position.
So there is an open position?
Yes.
Okay, I'll be applying.
Ariana Welsh. I had to change my whole speech for the second public comment. So, good evening, esteemed commissioners. Let's start with a quick vocabulary lesson, because tonight this board gave us a master class in a very specific word: disappointing. Disappointing is that delightful, soul-crushing sensation you experience when you foolishly expect basic human competence, institutional integrity, or common sense from your local government, only to find out reality has set the bar firmly in the subterranean depths. We spent hours tonight sitting in hard chairs, engaging in the quaint, old-fashioned hobby known as public comment. We actually thought you might look at this ordinance, an ordinance that literally still has planner notes sitting inside of it right at the end that Dan pointed out so well, and realize it's half-baked, unvetted, but silly us. Optimism really is a treatable medical condition, so why bother deleting the planner notes or fixing the text when you're just going to rubber stamp a draft? After all, you aren't even elected to represent the public you're appointed, which apparently means your primary job description is ignoring the actual residents and property owners who built the community. And boy, did we get a front row seat to the choreography tonight. Right over here at the side table, Deputy Supervisor didn't even try to hide it, flashing his obvious hand gestures. Let me reenact for anybody that didn't see it. Like he's holding a third base coach. And if that wasn't cozy enough, I'm sure he's giving all sorts of wonderful shit behind me. And if that wasn't cozy enough, look at the back of the room where another board of trustee member is sitting that has particularly monetary gain riding on the outcome of what's going on tonight, exerting an influence there too. We watch in absolute awe as grown adults snapped right into action, a visual cue from the side table, a heavyweight financial presence in the back row, and boom! Commission votes yes on a policy that still reads like a rough draft. Let's drop any remaining illusions. Tonight made it blindingly, hilariously clear whose interest the majority actually supported. It certainly wasn't the residents and property owners paying the taxes, maintaining their homes, living with the consequences, or reading the unedited planner notes. No, the mask didn't just slip, it was shredded into pieces to protect the bank accounts in the back and the puppet master at the side table over here, entirely at the expense of the residents and property owners who actually foot the bill. So thank you, commissioners, side table coach, back row beneficiary, for reminding us that local governance is just a terribly rehearsed circus. But make no mistake, we the residents and property owners are not stopping here, and we're officially gearing up to fight a hell of a lot harder than we already have.
Yes.
Did everybody see that, by the way?
That's one for
Clarify that. It was this.
That's not what we did. That's what I did.
No,
Guys, let's let
When
the
she
meeting
was
go.
talking.
check the
We
tape.
all saw it.
Call to order. Call to order.
We all see it.
Order, please.
Hi, Jenny Slocum, soon-to-be Lenox Township resident. I agree, disappointed. How can you vote to approve a draft ordinance that hasn't been updated to include the input since May 21st? It's not done yet. You haven't even received the public comment yet. Also, some of you accused Rob of not having any inputs to the ordinance. He requested experts to provide inputs so that he could make informed information. I also remember several of the board members saying, nope, I don't have anything. Looks good to me. I can name 3 of you. And then finally, Eric was going to request a meeting. He was going to send an email requesting a meeting to do your work table. I suggest you put a motion in to do that again since he's no longer here.
So this ordinance is what Washington Township's 50% draft ordinance looks like. Color-coded, dates, side notes. They want a best expert hired
which is battery energy storage system. So they're waiting on expertise input from that. They hired an acoustical engineer that waited on very good noise information. Let's see, they've got, this is an older one, so it's 9 pages. They've been working on text amendments every single planning meeting and are getting experts hired. Mind you, they've been doing this for months along during the time that they had a development proposal on the table. It's still not approved. They haven't sent it to their board. It's a 50% draft amendment. And Jabari, Mulyar, and Turchi disapproved this. This is just, it is shocking. Like, what, guys? And I sent you guys this draft from Washington Township to use. None of this was mentioned in today's meeting about amending this. Let's see, the master plan. You can still amend the agenda. The chair can make a motion to amend the agenda anytime in a meeting, even after it's approved, with a 2/3 vote. I would love to know when the next meeting, if text amendments to this approved ordinance are going to be made as soon as possible at the next meeting, because like it's already been established, there's many updates that need to be had. And also, along the lines with Mark over there, is it customary for a deputy supervisor to make those hand motions to Commissioner Turchi or other board members or commission members? Is that customary that the deputy supervisor makes motions?
I'm sorry, I didn't.
Hand gestures when a commissioner looks to the deputy supervisor, is that customary in a planning commission meeting?
I don't understand what you mean. I don't.
You take orders from him. You take orders from Grandma.
Okay, thank you.
You answered it by not answering.
I don't know what she means.
It's not her question. You need to turn it back on.
Andrew McGilward, Lenox Township. Just a question for all of you guys. Is there a group text message or email that you guys are all on emailing each other things?
Why?
I'm just wondering if there is. Because if there is, that's a violation of the Open Meetings Act.
And we will.
And you violated state law.
We don't have a chat.
You might not have it.
Oh, I was.
We are.
If there's a majority, it's in violation of the Open Meetings Act.
Like if Grandma is messaging Roseal over there.
I'm in the minority.
Okay, if there's no more public comments, we'll move on. Communications and/or committee reports.
Well, I'd like to request a workshop as soon as humanly possible.
Mike?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Mr. Commissioner, now can we get down to call, can we just do the planner's report and then get down to call from the table?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Right there?
I thought that we were doing communications.
Well,
Where's the planner's report? It's under communications.
right, but we're to communications and/or committee reports. We don't, wouldn't that be communications from somebody else?
Well, Ms. Turchi said, to address that issue under that topic when I brought it up.
Call from the table.
Sorry.
Call from the table.
Okay, I'll move to call to the table.
Thank you. Planner's report.
Hi. I'm here every Wednesday. I am busy from the time that I get here to the time that I leave. And I can answer any questions that anyone may have. And that's all.
Thank you. Okay, call from the table, Rob.
I think number one because I started hearing this rumor quite a while ago that Eric had left, and I dismissed it as being just rumor because nobody told me. And the moment that letter came here, you should have been notified immediately so that you could, as vice chair, take care of this meeting properly and have our workshop taken care of. And I think that is very, very undermining. Again, of what goes on here. You should have been notified. I would like to be notified, but you should have been notified as the vice chair that you are de facto in charge until a chair is set. And number one, it's just rude, but two, it delayed us from doing our duties. It was obstructionist action, in my opinion. So I would like to get our workshop going as soon as humanly possible. And I guess this now falls to Karen to do.
Do you want to do like a sit down? Do you want to do like a sit down workshop, or do you want to maybe, like we were suggesting, put it back on the agenda as like the ordinance discussion, and then we can go through the things that the planner did come across.
I don't know what's the most constructive thing to do, in your opinion, as planners. Is it good for us to have a workshop and go through that list, or just put it on the agenda for the next, and have a special meeting?
I believe it's something this detailed, I would have a special meeting, still open to the public, but have a special meeting called by the chair. Because it's such a big topic, it'll tie up one whole evening trying to get through it, whatever else comes across your desk.
And I'm requesting that it be titled amending that ordinance, discussion and or action on discussion on amending the high.
714.
I'm starting to lose my temper.
Amending the 714.157.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So that would be my first item. On the next agenda, I guess at the special meeting, I would like the item of master plan opening placed on the agenda.
Are these special meetings, or are these just your next?
I want a special meeting as
He's
soon as
requesting a
humanly
special
possible.
meeting.
So if there's special meetings, are you like the trustees where they do it last minute and at a time that nobody can come to?
I guess I would object to that kind of, I mean, I don't want no 3 o'clock in the afternoon meeting.
Thank you.
Well, we all work, so we would have to have it in the evening. I can't take off for a meeting in the middle of the day.
Oh, that's right, you guys actually. So evening was
You guys
good.
actually care.
Because all special meetings from the board are done at like
As
3
opposed to the morning.
even earlier.
Now, do we want to do discussion on the workshop meeting?
He wants to do the
Well,
master
we're
Do
doing
you
plan.
want to discuss the master
Both
plan
of
then
them.
too? Okay.
Right, Rob, you want to
So
do
it'll
both
be
at
a
the
special
same,
meeting?
at the special meeting, you want to do both?
Well, he says he doesn't think we should call it a workshop. He said special meeting.
Special meeting.
We shouldn't call it a workshop?
Workshop?
No, we should.
Yeah, I've never seen the special meetings a term where the chair calls a special meeting. You can
Oh.
title anything you like,
Okay.
a special meeting for whatever.
For a workshop.
Okay.
Would this be open to the public?
Yes.
Oh, meeting, sorry, yeah.
Big ditch.
But if it's like a workshop, we probably just sit around the table and work on things.
But it would be open. It has to be.
Would you be open to comments, suggestions?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Why would
Yeah,
I?
in case we miss something that was brought up before and we don't, you know, I would
I
think, yeah.
understand that, but why don't we have a updated ordinance with all of the crap that was added back in May?
At the workshop?
On today's table.
The June
Then
2nd
nothing
meeting?
changed.
No, nothing.
That's just
The ordinance that's available to everybody since May,
It's the last copy I saw.
the last copy, yeah, May 26th or whatever the heck it was.
So that's
Well,
what we
it wasn't
approved.
26th. There's been a lot of work done on it since then, but we haven't seen any changes on the ordinance.
The final copy that we got was that. We haven't seen a copy since then. So whatever that was at that moment is what we just approved. And wholeheartedly, like Dan said, had those comments.
Cool, I mean, why have these meetings if the information's not gonna be corrected?
I mean, mean, my past practice is when we approve an ordinance, you would be given the final draft of it, and at the bottom of it, it would call for a vote, it would have the chair's signature that this was approved, and that would all be part of what we were presented. But the last copy we got is that draft. So that's what we just approved.
Can you rescind that motion?
Yes,
Can
can you rescind the motion, the next
all that
is-
information?
I can't because I didn't vote in the affirmative. I cannot do that because I did not vote in the affirmative for that. So I can't rescind something I voted no.
So only the three that voted that way can rescind it? Yes.
Correct.
What are the odds of that happening? I'm asking any one of the five.
For the commission, with like Monday, August 10th or Monday, August 17th work for everybody?
Say it again, I'm sorry.
Monday, August 10th or Monday, August 17th?
August 10th is
I have
the board meeting.
Board of Trustees meeting's August 10th.
Oh, it's not the 3rd?
No.
Oh, because of election. Oh, okay. So you have to do it the 17th.
I'm available on the 17th.
Can you do it before then?
You have to post
I know I could be in town because it's either got to be, yeah, it's got to be a Monday usually.
But it also has to be
I
posted.
work around it.
Do the 3rd, because the election's the 4th.
Sorry.
They set up for elections the night before.
You guys are scheduling it after the next board of trustees meeting? What's the point?
I mean, it's tables in the stupid boxes. Can't you just put them off to the side and move them back over?
No, it's really like.
I mean, really? I mean, really? I would help move the stupid boxes to go.
What day?
I'd like to see you guys do
Monday,
this
August
before the
17th.
Before the board.
Can we only get this room on Monday? Is that why we're doing Monday?
That's a good question.
That's what works for me, my schedule.
17th at what time? 6 p.m.?
You want to do 6 or 6:30? What's best for everybody?
I mean, time is fine, 6:30 is fine.
6:30?
Normal, it's normal as it is to be normal, you know, so people think, okay, it's planning, it's 6:30. I don't want to change that pattern.
So what date do you guys decide on?
Okay, so it'll be Monday, August 17th, and on the agenda will be amending the ordinance and discussion on opening the master plan.
That's our
two
workshop.
items.
Yeah, the workshop.
Workshop, yeah.
Is that an action item?
Can we get that information much sooner than the 17th, though, if you guys can file as soon as possible so we can read through it? Thank you.
Will that be an action item? The reopen the plan?
Yes, discussion and action.
Like to see it happen before the board meeting? Board meeting's gonna they're gonna approve it and they're just gonna let it fly.
I think the way it works now, they accept it the first meeting and then they can approve or disapprove the next meeting. So they don't, you know, because of the charter or something, it's weird.
Mark, what's the deal on that?
Seeing we just having a wide open discussion, apparently, the
Oh,
board's allowing. I will clarify, under charter requirements, you have a first reading, then you have a second reading at the next meeting, along with a potential vote. That's the clarification on charter rules.
Okay, so the board's August meeting, they would receive it and look at it, type of thing, so.
So the soonest they could vote on it is September.
Correct.
And they'll be voting on it, so do you guys' due diligence, please.
Okay, we have more input, and they can amend it.
He said no.
Mr. Pennell?
Yeah.
No.
They can't amend it to
vote on
take
it and say, if you send this ordinance through, they would have to do a first reading. If you guys are doing adjustments and so on, tell them. If you're setting this up for a first reading, by the time you come back through, September would not, you can recommend those changes or whatever you're doing. You can notify them, communication, when you send an email and you look at it, you send it over so that everybody gets it. And it's not just, well, I want those things updated and put in. When you send an email that says, these items that we heard about tonight, X, Y, Z, and they're adding to that and it's a directive to the planner, that's when the planner updates the ordinance. I hear people out here complaining and complaining and complaining that this ordinance hasn't been updated. Have you sent requests to update that ordinance? Not one.
I didn't even think we were approving an ordinance.
Yeah, but you talked about for the last 7
Ask me a
months.
question, can I answer it?
But I'm
I'm
asking. Go ahead.
asking your question. I got a packet that had discussion on it, which is what we've been doing. There was no final draft. There was no draft for signature. There was nothing sent to me to indicate that we would do a vote on this tonight.
So
The only thing that we had last was that we were going to have a workshop and we were going to go through the public input, which didn't happen. So no, I did not assume that any of that, because I assumed it's what it was. We weren't ready.
All right, I'm going to ask you a question, Mr. Cordell. When did you get the packet? Last week?
Thursday.
Okay. When did you open it? Tonight?
No.
Well, apparently so, because you've made some very, very strong comments this evening. And then it was very apparent when you started going through the review for, I believe it was the soccer club. So I'm just looking at those items because this evening you made a very clear comment that there was properties that were owned and that we are aware of that. And then we're well aware that the properties have been transferred.
No, you didn't say that.
Yes, you did.
I said that you are aware that this has been going on for months, and plus you were asking for it.
But if you had an update, and if you had an update, did you communicate that back to the chair?
You came and talked to me
Yes.
numerous times to tell me nothing's been submitted to the township, and we don't have any idea. You knew!
We knew what?
You knew this data
Okay,
center.
call to
You were
order,
soliciting
please.
this data center.
Call to order.
I gave you the emails that his name's on.
You don't get to tell us what to do, Grandma. We tell you what to do. So how about you shut up now?
Call to order, please.
Okay, you want me to make a motion?
Yes.
Okay, I'd like to make a motion to schedule the special meeting workshop of the planning commission on Monday, August 17th at 6:30.
He doesn't love it. He has a good age.
Okay, there's been a motion by Commissioner Turchi and supported by Commissioner Jabari for the September 17th special. Oh, sorry, August. My bad, sorry. Okay, thank you. So, can you restate it, 'cause Diane didn't hear.
I'd like to make a motion to set up the special meeting workshop of the planning commission on Monday, August 17th at 6:30.
And I support it.
Discussion. I think it's so far away.
Again, it'd be Friday, you only have an 18-hour
I think we need to do it sooner to start this discussion on the amendment before it's even read at the open meeting. And at least if we can vote on the amendments, then they can also take that and put it in their reading, and or they can delay themselves for a meeting. But it's so far away.
Hey, Joe, say hi to your public.
I mean, we had to approve it tonight, but it was,
Is there a sooner date or can't happen no sooner than that? Just asking.
It's for place, I mean, it's be the 3rd. I mean, that's the only thing. It would be next month, what's that, next Monday?
It would be Monday.
Monday's the 3rd,
You're
they set
leaving
up,
8
right?
hours notice, right?
I mean, I understand they have to set up.
Well,
I
first you gotta vote on
don't
it.
totally
Vote
disagree
on
with us
both.
moving
Okay,
on.
so vote on the motion.
Okay, so let's vote on the motion and then we'll talk about changing the date. So,
Well, we set the date in the motion.
Yeah,
Right,
I
you can
made
say
a
no.
motion for the 17th.
Okay.
It was second, so it's gotta be voted on But you prefer, everybody prefers to do it the 3rd?
Well, that way it's before the meeting. I'm fine with the 3rd.
Well, where would we meet on the 3rd? We have to meet somewhere.
Well, we've had volunteers that have offered to help us set up for elections after we're done.
I'll be
I'll be honest, I don't know if the clerk's office agrees with us setting up their
Well,
meeting.
we wouldn't be touching any of the machines, it's just putting all the chairs away and putting up the little voting booths.
But the machines, don't they have to be under lock and key until they're?
Well, they are. They don't do anything with those until the morning of. I used to work elections.
Okay.
So we wouldn't touch any of that. It's just putting the chairs away and getting all the booths and everything set up for them.
Can you do that? Can you be ready for that? Oh, the 3rd.
I will be out of town that week.
Can you be ready for that? Or is that, as far as the public hearing notes and?
You have a note by then?
Because if we could at least get discussion going and discuss those notes.
Okay.
And those things that are lacking. I mean, we might need the 17th meeting too.
Okay, well, let's vote on the 17th meeting.
Okay.
So, do you have our motion by Commissioner Churchy, supported by Commissioner Jabari?
Yes.
Roll call.
Okay. Turchi?
No.
Jabari?
No.
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 Millard?
No.
Radzik?
No. No. Motion failed.
No.
You can have it Thursday.
This coming Thursday?
Why not?
I can't be here. I mean,
Yeah,
you guys want to?
this Thursday doesn't.
Yeah.
I mean,
Impossible for me.
we're down to.
I mean, if you want to do it another day and that I can't make it, that's fine. I mean, I can just send you my notes or whatever works for the majority of the board.
Well, I do think your presence is important when this is all we got.
And you're down to 4 people if you're not there, so.
Well, Michelle will be back because Michelle's just gone for a funeral, so.
Then you still have 4.
She be back by Thursday?
I don't know. I don't know where she had to go, to be honest with you.
I
I just know that it was her day.
Do it for the 3rd.
Or
It will help.
Yeah, the third is
But that guy's not available.
Once we have what we need before then, that'll help us. We just want, we can't do it without that.
If we have the planner's notes and we rewrite everything.
And the notes that everybody gave that wasn't part of that, that'd be great.
That gets us started.
Yes.
That's not, can that happen? When?
We can get you the memo from the public hearing, that's not a problem. We'll get that.
And the notes and stuff, right? Prior to our meeting.
Yeah, well, we'll get that out this week, we can get that out to you.
August 3rd? August 3rd?
I can't do Mondays. I work on Mondays. I take every Monday off when I'm here.
Oh.
So
Okay.
what other day works for you?
Maybe Tuesdays, Wednesdays, depending. As long as it's not the first Tuesday.
Well, first Tuesday's election day anyway, so
That's, yeah.
I can't do that.
we couldn't.
Do the Monday.
Tuesday.
I mean, this meeting is
Friday.
Friday.
Monday.
Jen's got such great notes.
Do the Monday, if I can get it off, I'll get it off, but I'm not going to.
You can't guarantee.
Or if I can do a Friday night. I can do a Friday or a Monday, that's all I can do.
We do Friday. We're all old enough. We don't know how Friday.
So Dave, if it's a workshop and not a special meeting, can we meet in a conference room?
Let's open to the public.
JJ Gaps.
You can meet anywhere you like, you just have to post where you're gonna meet and the time.
But I mean, do we have to have a
Should
capacity?
have set a tent up outside.
Can't take action.
No, we wouldn't be able to take action, but we could have discussion only
Yes,
to
correct.
see where we can fit these things in, right?
Yeah, whatever notes, whatever you want to discuss, you can bring up anything you like at the discussion.
And then we could meet on the 17th if we come to some kind of agreement that what we're seeing should be added. And then we could discuss it at the 17th meeting. I don't know, does that sound?
Information will be ready. You wouldn't have to have a long discussion because we've already done the work.
What have you done?
So what dates are you guys kicking around?
So the third and then.
I have no idea.
So-
They're gonna have about two of them now.
So that would be a violation of the Open Meetings Act because we're not making any decisions. We're just reading through those notes and saying, we should add this.
No, if you're gonna notify, it should be open to the public.
It should be.
But if we do it in a conference room, we're not even fitting these.
It doesn't, all it states is you can have more than, I believe it's 3 more persons. You have to notify everybody, put it out to the public to attend.
What do they do, a lottery?
So,
Okay.
it's,
I don't know, I guess that idea is not
Friday night?
very feasible.
So you're looking like
This Friday?
Friday night?
What day?
so the 31st? This Friday?
That's a lot to read.
Are we gonna have all the material by then?
That's a question for the planning.
Get his notes by Friday.
Can we have your notes by this Friday?
By Thursday.
we can have those, the memo that we prepared with the notes on there out this, by tomorrow, we can get it out.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay. So
Okay.
this Friday
Maybe
works
get a
for
reading.
everybody?
You wanna do Friday the 31st,
Works for me.
6:30? Friday the 31st? Huh? She can't make that day.
It's fine, just do it.
So-
I mean, it's fine.
Well, who would be able to be there?
I
I could be. So it's 3 of us going through those notes for the,
I can
Karen,
make arrangements to be here on Friday
oh, you
night,
can.
but
Jen.
Jen can't.
So that leaves us
She has a
4
lot of things.
and possibly 5.
I'd rather if I was missing and Jen was here because she has a lot of notes that she wanted to add to it.
Okay, so that's not gonna
So
work.
if you guys want to work around her schedule,
I'm not gonna have a lot of availability, and I don't have my calendar here, so it's gonna be very tough for me. I'll just do what you can do, and if I can get it off, I can.
Can you send your notes to somebody so they got it?
My notes are all over the place on my computer, my phone.
I get it.
What happened to August 3rd possibility?
well, August 3rd,
It's still on the
might
table.
be a chance.
Still on.
Like I said, I work
Yeah, you
Mondays,
work
so right now I have someone covering me. So I always work on Mondays. I always work on Thursdays. I have occasional meetings on Tuesdays. I'm all over the place. So I just make the meeting that works best for you, and I'll try to do my best to make it.
Well, can you throw out some dates?
I don't have my calendar here.
I don't know.
I don't know. So if you go with the 3rd, like, I might be able to get someone.
If we go with the 3rd, she has a better chance of getting somebody to cover, right?
Yes.
Because the Monday is not.
Days.
So that's no.
I might be able to get someone to cover.
Okay, everybody gonna be ready for the 3rd?
For the 3rd.
Okay.
But I will, if I may,
If you-
are you gonna be there on the 3rd? You will be? Oh, okay.
Okay. So if you have extra notes, you could probably contact her and then coordinate everything from there, and then we can incorporate it. Just wanted to make sure. Okay, let's make a motion to set up the special workshop meeting of the Planning Commission, Monday, August 3rd at 6:30.
Support.
Are we adding the 17th?
Wow.
Okay, so motion by Commissioner Churchy, supported by Commissioner Jabari.
That's okay.
Roll call. Churchy,
Aye.
Barry?
Aye.
Pennell?
Aye.
Millard?
Aye.
Reisick?
Yes.
Aye. Motion passes.
Anything else to call from the table still? We're still on call from the table. Anything else?
I do have one thing. I would like it put into the meeting minutes that the draft that we approved had no additions from our actual public hearing. That it be listed in there that we added nothing
Okay.
from our public hearing.
Okay.
I just want that added in the meeting minutes. And I did have one other thing, but I can't, my notes are is about as legible as. And obviously they don't have to get an answer, but I would like to know the mindset of the board to not give us any further resources. If you could provide that for us. What your decision was to why not, allow us an attorney or an environmentalist, or, what's the thought process behind the board not wanting to do that? Is that something you could tell us? What are we doing wrong by asking for help is what I guess. We're asking for help, and I don't feel like I'm getting it. I just want to know why you guys don't think we need anything. You think I'm that smart? If you do, you're crazy. I'm not. I'd love to be. Okay, thank you. That's all I got.
Anybody else?
Motion to adjourn at 9:37.
So moved.
All in favor?
Aye.
Oh, sorry. Motion by Commissioner Turchi, supported by Commissioner Pennell.
That's me.
That's you. All in favor? Aye.
Nice job,
Meeting
Tom.
adjourned.